Ahoy, wonders, and welcome back to the table. It's been a week. I hope you guys enjoyed the superhero festivities last week.
Yeah.
Ben, you're back. How was your vacation?
It was good. Good vacay. I was sick as a dog for most of it, but that's all right.
Got to see your family.
Yep.
That's always good. And we got some mail that we got on Friday that was asked to be opened at the table specifically. This is from Mr. J.L. Schultz, or it could be a miss. I don't know what the J.L. stands for. From, I believe it's Georgia. So let's give it a nice slashing.
Could be a Ms. I was never quite clear on the distinction, but apparently there is one.
Okay, so I always
Mrs.
heard that Mrs. means married.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Miss means
is
not
unmarried,
married.
young
Yeah.
unmarried, and
Ms. was to be cagey about it. That's how I had it
yeah.
described was you don't want them to know.
Oh.
Just want them to know you're
More
a lady.
package.
one envelope to another. Please open during TFS at the table at the next Natural Wonder stream. So yeah,
I want to laugh.
couldn't have
beca-
even opened it last stream if we wanted to.
I need to laugh if there's another one inside of it that
Yeah,
says
come
the
on,
exact
just
same
more,
thing.
More envelopes.
Yeah, I got to be careful because now I'm getting into like paper territory. So
So I wanted it to each one has a different instruction. Now open on Anime FMK. Now open on Nuzlocke time.
and then it just says thank you. All right. Okay. All right. Making sure there's nothing else that fell out in here. But yes, it is another envelope.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
Oh, to specifically Nick Lanny Pator-Landis, please open during TFS at the table.
To Grant,
Guess I'll
please
leave.
open at the table. To
Yeah.
Ben.
Let's just keep mixing this down here. Ooh, we got looks like pendants here.
Ooh.
Hey.
All right, I'll look at those in just a second. Hello, Natural Wonders.
Hi.
Included in this package are 5 medallions. Each was stamped by a 150-pound lead shot-filled drop weight via kinetic energy and gravity at the Georgia Renaissance Festival. 4 of the medallions are made of pure silver, and one, the free one, of bronze. The first is for our ever lovable and often incorrigible merman monk Wake. Aw. On one side is stamped the letter W. On the other side, a SCA Griffin. I don't know if that's short for something, or Sea Griffin.
Yeah, I was gonna
There
say,
we go.
A sea griffin?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm like Society for
Protector of
Creative
the Seas and Guardians to the Treasures Beneath. The next 2 are for Ezra and Eloy. Both bear the letter E, but for our fine captain, the far side bears the mass of comedy and tragedy, mass of theater and drama, which give the ability to change mood and character. The other bears the power of music. Bet you can't guess who that's for. The fourth bears the letter Z for our Jape Jivin. Our Jape Jivin DM Zito. And on the flip side is the wizard, able to transcend time and space while control the powers of wisdom. Use its power well, Zito.
I choose not to.
Well, that's well enough.
That's the only real power.
Yeah.
The power not to act.
All right, the final piece is not for anyone at the table, but for Taka's sister. I will make sure to give this to Taka next time I see him, and he will be sure to forget it wherever I give it to him.
That'll be in what, AX?
Just like a sweatshirt.
Yeah, it'll be
in my
either at
office.
AX or just beforehand. Upon one side of the coin is an M. On the other side, the goddess, mother, earth, and lover, provider for all of life.
Wow.
I didn't know how to get it to her, so I am entrusting this task to a lot of you. Oof, quest accepted, I guess. On a personal note, I have been a lover and supporter of Team 4-Star for years, since its inception. You all have helped me battle my depression and fight my demons, many of which I still have not conquered. DBZA has been a mondo part of my life, and while I will be sad to see it go for now, I look forward to the day Toei will skipping through here because I don't like reading that kind of thing out loud due to public opinion. I love watching the birth of Dumplin' and Dumplestiltskin, the forays into the world of Pokemon, and your latest endeavors around the continent of Las Seranas. I think I spelled that right. I was able to read it, so yes.
Right enough.
I am also wanting to give you a late congratulations on getting your first official dub with the anime movie Hells. I will be buying it. I will be buying a copy of it for sure.
Thanks.
Please never stop being entertainers. First and foremost, the number of smiles you've brought to friends and family over the years can never be accounted for, and I'm glad to have been even just a small part of it. Your fan, friend, and supporter, and crewmate, Jacob Schultz.
Thanks,
Thanks
Jake.
so much, Jacob.
Thanks, man.
Thanks so much, dude.
Good
Here,
stuff.
Yep.
I'll hold on to the one for. There's a Z.
But yeah, it's being entertainers is kind of our first and foremost thing. It's right in the name of the company. When
That's
you
a
guys
W,
form
and
the
I'll let you two
LLCs.
figure out the E's.
TFS Entertainment LLC is the official name of the company. It's a big deal to us.
There he is. There's the wizard.
Yeah, this one's yours.
Put this around my neck. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This one has
All right,
math.
and there we go.
Oh,
We're
never
fine
mind.
now.
This ain't doing. This is. All right, there we go. Just need to. Perfect. I am a large-headed individual. Yeah, it'll rest up. There we go. Okay. Now hopefully I just don't strangle myself with it. Perfect. All right. So on the cliffhanger we last left off, we found a bunch of torpedo snails. Correct? They were invading our ship.
Yep.
We
You found a bunch of torpedo snails,
got rid of as much of that infestation as we could.
and then unfortunately you crash landed right into a little small archipelago, and you made friends with a wayward sales girl, Polify.
I mean, that part's not unfortunate as far as I can tell.
As far as I
Maybe.
know, yeah.
Unfortunate on the crash landing, but fortunate
Yeah.
that we found
Hey man, you guys
We
got
found land, okay?
you found land. You got a nice brochure. It's a Crazy Carl's at Needle Island.
And so we went ashore just trying to find some stuff to repair the Yeldon and figure out, the mystery of this island. We
Get our
found
bearings.
what looks to be a Rumblood's ship that looks like it got hurled into the island somehow.
Yep.
And while trying to cross a lagoon, I got dragged about 20 feet under so far by a massive goblin shark-jawed kraken. Does that about sum it up?
That does.
All right. Do you still have our initiative order that we rolled last time?
No, I do not.
Okay, new initiative orders.
Hey, I remember mine because I rolled a nat 20 on that. So my initiative order is 24.
Also, let me get this little hellion off my skull here. All right, let's put you over here, buddy.
All right, my initiative is 23.
My initiative is 7.
23. Stop that.
Which works out because I remember when this happened, me being like, I don't know what to do. If I jump in the water, I feel like that's just making Wake's job harder.
And while Zito's writing this out, I do want to give one more announcement. You might notice that below me over here, there'll be a few new slides. One of which thanking all of our patrons out there who support us on Patreon. I'm still working on one to thank all of those of you out there who sub to us and drop your bits. Yeah, there's that one that I was talking about. But also, the one directly after this one, we have a new Natural Wonders logo shirt available on sharkrobot.com.
Zooks!
It is incredible. I love it. I didn't think this far ahead because I would have had the, I believe it is Hero of Time who made this logo design for us. I don't have the numbers on handy, but they submitted it as part of the flag design contest.
Yes,
and I
I
loved it
remember
so
that.
much that I'm like, no, this is like a show design right there. If you want to find the store page, just hit merch in the chat, like !merch. It'll take you right to there. You'll be able to find it on pre-sale now and whenever we go to conventions.
All right, we ready?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go up this initiative list first. Ben, you're up.
I'm a.
Can you just stick Wake on top of that A? So we just
I just have him like 5 feet away from it just so it's like, I'm within that range.
yeah.
Just,
So for the sake of argument, he's on top of where
Yeah.
that A is.
Okay.
I'm not sure if a dissonant whispers would make things better or worse.
If it starts running away with
while grappling me.
grappling, let's see. And vicious mockery only gives it disadvantage on an attack roll. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and drop a Yeah, this thing probably doesn't speak a language as far as I know. Okay.
It might speak Aquan.
Yeah, I think the safest thing to do is I'm going to drop a fairy fire on it.
Okay.
Just light that sucker up.
Yeah, just make it real easy for everybody else to hit it. So it gets a dex saving throw.
Wee-hoo. 15.
15. Unfortunately, yeah, ties. The DC is the target, so yeah, it does save.
Shit.
Well, that was my idea.
All right, it is now its turn.
Well, it's fast. All right, so it's already
It rolled
got
an
me.
It rolled in at
That's
20.
fine.
I thought we left it on the ship. Oh, you mean the
Ha-ha.
Kraken?
No, he's right here.
All right, so it already has me grappled, and it's pulled me 10 feet down, I think you said so far? It was
Yes.
Like, yeah, 10 or 15 feet down,
Well,
and back
like
towards it.
And on this map, each space is 10 feet.
That's right,
Oh,
okay.
All right. I need you to roll me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Nat 20,
Wow.
Nice.
Hey.
which is a modified 26.
You watch as, like, where you're enveloped around you is, like, it's all gummy, like, kind of like the inside of a clam. And then you watch as small little bits of razory bits start to extend out. No, fuck this shit.
Nope.
You just ripped yourself out of it.
Oh, I'm not grappled anymore?
You are not grappled anymore.
Huzzah!
See, I did the right thing not diving in. I knew you could handle it.
However, this thing does have multiple attacks.
Oh no.
Well, that was just its
That was
first
just
thing.
Yep.
So let's see what we got going.
So you got yourself out. It's gonna try and go for a grapple again.
Please stop.
Please no.
So this is an attack on a grapple. So we
Well,
need.
yeah, I'm out of the grapple.
He's trying to go again.
Okay, so it's a strength check
Yes.
again. This is just a strength check,
Yeah, just a
not
strength
save.
check.
Damn. All right. Strength check without proficiency. That is a 22.
Stop it.
Oh, wait, no.
All right. Well, it's having difficulty catching you, so it's going to try something else.
I am a slippery noodle.
Yep. Well, he can't get you a second time, so maybe if you don't see where you're going would be a better way to catch you.
I don't like that.
You start to watch as what was a light tinge of green and the sun reflecting off the surface. Everything around you starting to turn a lot darker.
Inky black.
Inky black. Roll me. Let's see here. Let me just double check this throw again real quick. Yeah, throw me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. I think a monk would have proficiency on that. 14.
You have no idea which direction you're going at this point.
Neat.
Can I, as I'm watching this, is there like physical ink in the water?
Yep, now everything within a 20-foot radius around the creature is now the entire area is just black.
This big back black square.
Question: does my Wanderer ability have any effect on this?
Read me off Wanderer again.
Wander. I have an excellent memory for directions, maps, and geography.
I will let you roll the next check with an advantage with that.
Okay.
Okay, we are now... That's its final turns. It tried to go for that grapple. It was kind of hoping it would do that. So now we're up to... It's your turn, actually,
All right.
Nick.
So, basically everything around me is black now,
Yep,
and I've got kind of twisted and turned around by struggling with its grapple.
yep, so...
That'll be my... I'm certain I can still tell which way is up and down, right?
No, that's actually what the check is
Oh, okay. So this stuff is like mind-boggling.
for. Yep.
Gotcha. It's making me dizzy. That's concerning. All right. I need to get my bearings first and foremost before I can do any sort of attacks. Because if I attack, and I can't see anything or feel anything, then what's the point? Let's see. I'm trying to see what kind of abilities I have that'll... Or items, maybe. How thick is this? How thick is this ink? Can I, like, see my hand in front of my face, or is it, like...
You can see just up to your elbow, and then it
Jeez.
disappears.
Right.
That is some. All right, well, that changes what I was thinking.
That is some dense ink. All right. Let me... I am going to attempt to swim in the direction of the far shore, like the shore that I was heading to the first time.
Okay, I need you to roll me a perception.
All right. And you said I can get advantage on this?
Yes.
Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah. Perception check of 21.
Perception check of 21. Okay. I need you to roll me a d8.
D8. That's that. 3.
3. Okay. You assume you're swimming in the direction where you last headed.
This is about right.
For the life of you, you feel like this is correct. You have a mental picture of still what the direction was you were going before you were unceremoniously snatched.
I'm so smart. Stupid squid thing.
You move about, I'm going to say, 20 feet before you knock into a wall.
All right. Ow.
When it sunk you down, you remember that it was entering a small cavern. You probably have just hit the edge of the cavern going in the right direction.
All right. Let's... Like, I still have... Like,
You have 20 more feet.
I have technically my movement speed when underwater is 130 feet.
Right.
So and you said I'm half that because it's like cold or something?
No, you're not half that. You were, it was halved because the creature, when it grabbed you, it numbed you a little bit.
Gotcha. All right, so that would mean I still have like 90 or 110 feet left that I can move, correct?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to attempt to swim up and in the same direction.
Roll a d8.
5.
5? This is up.
Yeah, that's right. I know gravity.
As you swim up, you feel something hit your chest and scrape it.
Ow, ow, ow.
Huh. Okay. You may have just slid on some rock, but now, ow, that hurts. That's burning. Ow, fuck. What? Ow, what the fuck?
What just hit me? And how much damage did I take from it?
Well, looking down, you can see the scratch marks, but you also see a murky purple liquid just as you swim away.
That's not my blood.
No, you see your blood, but as you're going away, it looks like whatever you scratched up against it went with it. Roll me an intelligence check.
Me good at these. 14?
You swam right into some sea urchins.
Ow. Bastards.
For 3 points of poison damage. You continue to swim up. Still pitch black. You can't see a thing, but your direction is not hindered, but you're still underwater.
And have I done my full movement?
You have reached your full movement, but you're still underwater.
Jesus.
Jeez. We're down
Shit's
deep.
way deeper than I remember. All right. Am I still in the inky darkness?
Yes, you are.
Great.
So that means you're still within the 20 feet range.
All right, so I've been swimming up, like, have I gotten out of the crevasse at least?
For you kind of like push your hand out in front of you. You kind of like try to swim around. You hold out your spear and kind of just like rake about. It's completely clear.
Okay, so if I continue swim, like if I use this as a dash action and I swim forward, and I continue to swim diagonally up.
Yep.
All right, I'll do that as a dash action then.
Alrighty. Roll me a 1d8.
7.
Okay. Move your character 2 more spaces to the right of where he's facing.
This way.
Yep. You are just exiting the rim of the darkness. You're no longer, there was the crevice. You were in there. You were being pulled in there. But apparently, it was an open crevice that, it continues out, sort of like an underground, formation of a lake. And you went with it. So you're
Okay.
away from the creature. You're still underwater. But you look up. You say you're about 10 feet away from the surface.
With a full dash. Holy shit.
That shit was super confusing. That even with that advantage, you didn't know what was up and what was down.
All right.
So you
I guess maybe I didn't even know how far I was swimming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have-
I'm outside of the ink right now, you said? Or at least I'm on the edge of it?
Now you can start to see your hand. You're still, it's still kind of dark, but
It's clear ring.
it's way more clear than before.
Okay. It's slightly diluted.
Yep.
All right. Well, I am going to focus that way as I keep swimming backwards because I at least know that that's where I came from.
Alrighty. For you guys, unfortunately, due to how dark it is, you did not see where Wake is at this point.
Great.
Well, maybe at this point you might be able to roll it since I'm in
With the perception
sort of
check,
clear.
you probably
Yeah.
could. Mm-hmm. So now we are up to Red. Red has no idea what to do.
Great.
I'm glad I'm glad I'm throwing everyone for a loop today. It's not just me.
Red just looks to you just this is not the occult. I have no idea what to do.
Just looks around. I mean, he's dead, right?
This is the part where we mourn our loss.
All right, Captain. Well, she looks to you for advice. She has no idea what to do in this situation.
All right, Red, I need you to keep an eye on that water. The second you see Wake, you let me know and tell me exactly where you see him. I have a plan.
All right, she's gonna roll.
I shake my I shake my grapple hook gun. We might be able to pull him back.
Let me roll against the ink. Nope, she don't see shit.
All right, well, until we have a good idea on where he is, at least my plan, I have no way to motion it. So, thanks for the attempt.
Red only thinks of one other thing she could possibly do, which is use Mage Hand to see if she can actually push the ink away.
Oh,
Wait, stop.
that's a great idea. I didn't realize that was within your power. Go for it.
She didn't think so either. Let me see if I roll an Arcane versus its ink. It actually does.
Oh, wow.
You watch as there's an artificial wave that gets pushed to the left and pushed to the right, and the ink goes with it, making it a lot more of an. The 10 feet on the rim is no longer there. It got pushed away.
Okay, so it's been pushed back.
It's been pushed to the left and to the right, so you can see instead of where you're facing right now, instead of 20 feet of a space in front of it, it's now 10 feet in front of it. The complete darkness.
Okay.
Oh no, it's coming for me again.
And now it's Nedra's turn.
Now, Nedra, I know your first instinct is going to be to jump in there. Please don't. I don't like that face, Zito. Zito's getting up to adjust something on the map. Nedra's backing up. That's pleasant. It was a running start.
Cannonball.
Cannonballs into the water towards this threat. Well, okay.
In for a penny, in for a pound. No escaping now.
How's that ink looking? If that little mage hand splashing around diluted it some, maybe that cannonball managed
Let me
to
roll
spread
and
it
see
out
what
some.
happens.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I'm imagining a tiefling of
well-
her size can displace a fair amount of water.
Yeah, but with a nat 1 and the roll she just made, you just watch it's
It's belly flopped.
Cannonball!
yeah, cannonball splash. She's gone.
Yeah, she poof.
Oh,
It's like
no.
an Olympic dive level of.
She Family Guy falls on the surface of the water and then sinks in.
All right. Well, this is going perfectly.
And with that nat 1, she don't see shit.
Of course not.
Yeah. That's about right.
All right, and now it is Grant's turn.
Okay, I'm going to do perception to see if I can see. I'm guessing since she sank under the water, she is now probably invisible.
Well, you don't know.
Or like, her visibility is likely low. I'm just gonna roll perception and see if I can identify her, the Kraken, or Wake. Just if I can make out.
Just to find anything.
Yeah, like just
See a shape that's moving.
Yeah.
see a shape, and then shoot at it with my grapple hook gun. If it's the Kraken, I hope it hits. If it's the others, I hope they have the wherewithal to grab it. That 20 on my perception check.
Ah.
Well, looking into the straight center of where the ink is coming from, there's no fucking way you can see that.
Right.
However, you do have spatial awareness of where Nedra is because, like, you just like, okay, with
saw
that
her
much
jump in.
Yeah, with that much speed of how she sank, you're fine. You can see where she is. However, you do see off in the distance. There's now, in the more clearer part of where the ring of ink is, you see Wake just below the surface.
Okay. But now with Nedra in there, I feel like pulling Wake out is dangerous. The two of them together could probably handle it. Or at least do something.
Unfortunately, of the two of us, I am the one with a weapon that is meant to be wielded in water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you! Why isn't this working?
Whoa. All right. To hell with it. I point my grapple hook gun into the center of the ink. If I can just land a hit on this thing, maybe I can anchor it somewhere and just get these guys to wail on it until it dies.
Roll, since you rolled a 20, I was originally going to give you a disadvantage. Now you just roll with a regular roll.
Okay. Fuck. 7?
Tink, 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 tink.
It's gonna collide with something at some point, I promise, guys.
Should have baited it.
It does collide with something. You feel a tug.
All right. I start trying to reel it back in, or however that works.
You have your keyword for it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Return, chain return.
Blink back.
Blink back.
There you go.
Blink back.
It's been 2 weeks.
As the chain straightens out and you watch as it turns a light shade of blue, an aura appears around it, and with the quickness of the wind, it just retracts back. There's a bloaterfish hook to it.
You got bait now.
Great. Thanks for all your help, I say, bloaterfish.
One eye blinks, the other does afterwards.
Great.
This guy's mouth full of grappling hook.
All right, we're back up the list.
All right, let's see. I suppose before I do anything else, I want to try and make a perception check to see if I can spot where any of the three mysterious objects out there are. 14. If I can catch any hint of where either Wake, Nedra, or the creature are.
Which one specifically are you looking for? I'll allow one at this point.
Okay. Mostly at this point, I'm looking for Wake.
You can see him. You see him off on the edge there. He's just under the water.
Okay. Wake! I believe in you! This will probably come in handy.
I feel a surge of confidence overtake me.
And then that's a bonus action. As I don't have a whole lot that can help here.
I should. Would I be a dick if I just threw this in here and said roll initiative for the bloaterfish?
You know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. I'm gonna try and cast another fairy fire on the general area. I mean, it is area effect, so I don't have to get that close to where the creature is.
Alrighty.
But centered on the last point where I saw the creature roughly the center of the cloud of ink.
All right, go for it.
So anything within a 20-foot cube gets a dex check.
That might include.
With an 11.
Oh, that'll definitely hit it.
Yeah, so yeah, anything within that cube gets lit up like a Christmas tree.
So does that light up Nedra and Wake as well?
That depends, because that thing was really far down.
Yeah, Wake at least, with how far away he moved. If each one of those squares is 20 feet, he should be okay.
It's 10 feet, but
Yeah, each of those squares is 10 feet, so he's more than 2 squares away.
However, you remember from looking into the ink, now there's like a big beacon of light that spreads out and shoots up. You guys see the beacon. You don't know how far deep it goes down. However, you and Nedra can see where the goblin-like mouth kind of like was that tried to grab at you before. And based on where the light's coming from, it also looks like it's replacing where the ink is getting jettisoned. So ink, instead of shooting up, it now looks like it's throwing up a beacon of light.
Ink anus is now shooting out light.
okay.
It's still shooting out the ink, but now with no avail.
It's
Okay.
Inkter.
Keep shopping it. We'll get there.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
I mean, I've got movement, but why? I like it here on the shore.
Same.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right. It is now the creature's turn.
Yep.
See. Ooh, we don't like that bright light. Ooh, stop that. On next turn, the ink will dissipate.
Okay.
However, there's something new in the water. Let's see how Nedra does against a grapple check.
She's strong.
Can't remember. She doesn't wear like armor or anything, right? That's not
No,
weighing her down.
she wears a plate, if I recall correctly.
She wears plate, yes. So, Nedra watches as like this gooey-looking mouth kind of tries to get at her from the inky blackness, and she just elbows it.
No.
No, stop it. So the creature's mouth kind of just like lurches back, like, oh, all right.
Oh.
Pops out teeth. Tries to go for a flail.
Oh, tries to rake her with its own teeth.
Tries to rake her with its own teeth, and oh boy, howdy does it hit. Hey, cut it out.
Oh.
Just slaps her across the face with a lash of teeth on a gummy-looking pod. For, let's see. Let me roll this dice. Wow! Roll 2 1s on a d6.
Nice.
Hey.
But with its plus, that is 10 points of damage, and she begins to bleed.
And she's bleeding.
And seeing as how that actually did some damage, it's gonna try again for another rake.
At least she has Hellish Rebuke.
She does have Hellish Rebuke because at this point she just grabs it. No. Hellish Rebuke.
Is that Hellish Rebuke is a reaction, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The thing tries to it tries to go for her again, but she just grabs it from the base and just goes, bad. You watch as like, you know how in volcanic trenches where like the bubbles start to form like this weird like little eruption like urge under the water? Mm-hmm. It's like you watch as like now the entire surface of this creature's like flesh is starting to do that.
Jeez. It's getting real hot down there.
Yep. And that will do.
That's a tentacle. That's not tentacool.
Nedra does. It's not going to be fire because she's underwater, which is unfortunate. However, it does do. Haha, holy shit. 12 damage.
Wow. Go Nedra.
Yep. So you watch as like Nedra kind of just like fusions up a combustible attack under the water, almost like a pistol shrimp. It's just as a piece of flesh just floats away from the tendril.
All right.
And the creature has one more attack.
Wow.
That was its second. That was its second attack and its 3 attacks. And that was Nedra's reaction.
Yep.
Yeah.
So third attack, it was gonna go for a rake, but now after seeing that, oh no.
Never mind.
Oh no.
Ow.
It kind of just like, instead of going for the flail like it was originally going to, you watch as like the mouth looks in her general vicinity, opens up, and the teeth start to jitter and shoot at her.
It has a projectile?
It has a projectile.
This is a fun creature. Onslow's gonna be real happy with a trophy from this.
However, with this really shitty roll I just did, Nedra's Hellish Rebuke is still in effect, that the water pressure
Jesus.
from her combustion stops the needles in track, and you watch as like there are now rows of what look like really demented shark teeth hit the surface of the water.
I call Nicholas.
All right, it is now your turn, Wake.
Wake's not happy with this thing messing with his apprentice, so, based on his knowledge of where it is and the fact that there's a large beacon, he focuses his energy, and he casts Shatter pretty much directly at this thing's core.
Alrighty, for the folks who don't know, give us a
Shatter.
rundown on Shatter.
Ahem. A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from a point of your choice within range. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered at the point must make a Constitution saving throw. So, let's make
Con
that.
save. Here we go. Oh, a 21.
Yep, that'll pass, so it'll only take half damage on 3d8.
Would Nedra be close enough to trigger this?
No, she'd have to be within 10 feet,
Oh,
and this
okay.
thing takes up 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The
So-
scores are 10.
4 plus 8.
And also each space is 10 feet.
Plus 8. Wow, okay. So it takes half of... Yeah, it takes 10 damage.
10
Thunder.
damage? Alrighty.
10 sonic damage.
Nice.
I decided to do that because since the ink is dissipating next turn,
Yeah.
may as well do something that I don't have to dive directly into it for.
Nedra, like, you watch as, like, the needles come, like, she watches the needles come up and at her and then just, like, start to float up. She can't say it underwater, but she's, like, mouthing, like, is that all you got? As, like, you watch as, like, a pinata is, like, shot at her, like, whoa!
And then you just hear a
Yep.
from deep below the surface. I'm guessing there's a large bubble that pops up somewhere.
Yeah, there's a huge rupture in the water. It kind of looks like there's a little geyser that kind of just makes surface.
Just look over at the others. Well, something
And then
fun's happening down there.
Yeah, something's happening down there. Then all of a sudden you watch on the beach as screaming bloaterfish starts running out, trying to get on land.
No!
I set the bloaterfish I caught down. Join your friends.
And then I say to the thing, leave her alone, you bitch. In Aquan.
In Aquan.
Yes.
Very well. Okay. Next is Red. Okay, she has a target. She looks to you, to the rest of you. I have the scroll of lightning, but I'm not sure.
That seems.
That seems dangerous with the people who are around. If we can get clear distance, that might be good.
All I have are fire spells. That's all I have.
Mm-hmm. I don't want you to throw lightning down there when we've got 2 crew members down there. If it was just Wake, he could probably fend for himself. But 2 of them, Nedra covered in plate. I don't know.
Well, there is one thing I have. I'm not sure if it'll be insanely effective, but I have something Gulfer has been whipping up.
Oh, do tell.
She just pulls out a grenade.
All right. I think we can work with that.
Pulls the pin.
She does get that thing still fairy fired, so she gets advantage on an attack roll against it.
Good, because she rolled a 3.
Hey, fairy fire!
Into a 20.
Hey!
And I helped.
All right, where's my D12? This is an 8. Where's my 12 at? Here it is. Got it. You watch as the very egg-shaped grenade, like, it looks smooth. It doesn't look like a normal grenade. Like, think colonialism
We don't
grenade.
know what they look like.
for the sake of describing it anyway. It's a very, very crude-looking grenade. It kind of looks like that even pulling the pin would just make it explode instantly. But Red pulls the pin, throws it. At first, it doesn't look like it's going to make its trajectory, but then as it goes to the surface of the water,
That's the first
I
3
believe
roll.
in you. Skip, and change, and the fucking grenade curves on Skip right over where the hole is.
Perfect.
And then sinks.
No, it does not sink. It floats.
Goffle's a clever boy.
All right.
A sinking grenade in a pirate-themed campaign, maybe not the smartest thing, but a floating one, yeah.
Curious.
And 2 seconds pass, and boom! You two underwater, you and Ezra watch as like the entire surface of the water caves in with a weird like muffled boom, and it pushes down sonic like force down on top of the creature.
Okay.
So it was a depth charge in grenade form. Let's
This thing
roll
just-
that 12.
Got blasted by some sound from you, and then another from a totally different direction. It's
Yeah, it's not having a grand old time. Where's my 12 at? Oh, here it is. Sorry. I just keep losing these 12s. Here we go. Holy fuck. That is 14 plus 3. Yeah, that's 17 force damage.
jeez.
Damn.
Got to get more of those. Just look over at Red, and you were carrying one of those.
He just made them. He keeps saying that most of his stuff is extremely volatile, that to the point where he has to get rid of them like within a day. Kind of ineffective, but useful for this point.
Just kind of grab my hair. He's gonna sink the ship one of these days.
All right. 30. Okay. We are now up to Nedra's turn. Well, this is the first time she's ever used this thing underwater. Now's the first time for anything. Takes a big old swing.
Oh no.
Let's see how this goes.
With disadvantage.
But it rounds out since
Yep.
he's fairy fired.
Yep,
Yeah.
with Fairy Fire, it rounds out. So she doesn't know that this would have sucked otherwise.
Swings slow but very accurate. 'Cause it's
Yeah,
glowing.
it's swing low and accurate with a 20 to hit, which hits.
Jeez.
Oh,
All right, time to roll that bat damage.
Swing true, Nedra.
She gets a second attack, too.
Yes, she do. Technically, she gets that, a bonus unarmed attack, and, the additional weapon attack.
Right. Okay, so that's 7 points of damage already.
Clunk.
Quack.
Another swing at the bat. Does this does Fairy Fire only work for one attack per round, or is it just indefinite until the spell ends?
it's just indefinite until the spell ends. All attacks against it are with advantage.
Alrighty.
Unless it moves out of the area of effect, which it hasn't done.
All right. That one misses, unfortunately.
And then the hand-to-hand, I'm pretty
Yep,
sure,
and
does
then-
not have disadvantage underwater.
Since she's so dang close to the thing, she's just like, hey, wait a minute, I'm in slapping range. She just like, okay, she misses with that second swing, but then she kind of remembers, oh, right, that's right, I'm kind of sinking, and
Heavy.
Yeah, physics don't really work in the same manner underwater as they do on land. So she kind of lets go of the bat,
She's
grabs
learning.
it with the other hand, and then backhands the creature. Still with a miss.
Wow.
That one would be with advantage, because hand-to-hand does not have disadvantage underwater, does it?
Yep, you would be correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
I may or may not have been looking up underwater combat rules off stream.
I looked it up plenty, which is why I ended up with a spear.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Even with the advantage roll, she still missed.
Oh, no.
That's too bad.
Although there is one big thing that she kind of remembered. She tries to go to swim. Fuck, that's right. I don't know how to swim.
Yep.
And she sinks 30 feet.
Okay.
Right.
She's not gonna have to roll for suffocation just yet, but soon. All right, and now it's Grant's turn.
All right, I'm gonna roll perception to see if I notice her sinking. I don't think I do with 9.
Nope.
All right. Well, in that case, Ezra would not be occupied with her. He'd be like, she'll swim out. It'll be fine. Goes ahead and just lines up a crossbow shot on the creature, since now he's not concerned with trying to pull somebody out.
Go for it. And with the range you have on this device, you can shoot without worry that the water will nerf the friction.
Cool. All right, and since fairy fire, we get advantage, so 16 or nat 20. Hey,
I think
you
you
go.
take the nat 20.
yeah, I'll go with that.
I'd move with that one.
So, house rules: roll damage times 2.
Okay. D8. Oh no, just a 1. And I add my.
You had your
Dexterity.
Yeah, dex.
Okay. So it would be 4 with the dex bonus. So 8
Alrighty, 8 points of damage.
You only have a +3 to dex.
for.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, you're a sneaky boy. Got that good dex.
All right, that's a good chunk of damage. Actually, it's bleeding pretty profusely. Now the ink is, since we're on this turn, the ink is now being replaced with blood.
Oh god.
We are back up the list. Ben,
Can
you can now see a mouth attached to a gummy-like form lurching back down into the darkness of the water.
well, that's horrifying.
But it is it's like it was covered in teeth a second ago, but now it's just gushing out blood from that part.
Can I see where Nedra is, or is she sunk too deep?
From where she's going, no, you can't see her.
That's unfortunate. I mean, technically, the way Bardic Inspiration works, she only needs to be able to hear me, not see me. So I think I can still give her a die. Nedra, are you good at swimming? I think you're good at swimming. I believe in you, Nedra. I think you're good. I give her a Bardic Inspiration as a.
I'm gonna roll to see if she hears that.
All right, it's worth a shot anyway.
Now with a 6, she ain't.
Yeah. All right. At this point, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play my spooky song at this boy. So let's see. So he gets a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty. Which is his greatest weakness.
Hey.
Does a 14 beat?
It does not. Yay. So it
right.
takes 3d6 psychic damage. Let me get my d6s out here. So 11 psychic damage, and it must immediately flee at its full movement speed.
Alright. Okay, how much damage was it again?
11.
Alright, so you expect it to flee, right? You're actually watching as the mouth kind of like reaches the surface and bobs.
It fleed into the next life.
It is dead.
You are the spookiest centaur. You've scared ghosts to death. You've scared horrible water sarlaccs to death.
Nedra's still sinking, though.
Yeah, I know. Wake's going to go get her.
Alright, roll an athletics check.
All right. I assume map is done.
Yeah. We're done with map for now. Well, we're still, you still can have to go to the next area. but
Yeah.
Right. Got a athletics check of a 24.
Yeah, you grab her by the back of her plate mail and just bring her up.
Yeah.
Hey, way to go! Everybody okay?
You okay, Nedra?
That was great!
All right. I let her hold on to the shore surface.
Yeah,
wall or
once
whatever.
once her toes hit the the earth, she pretty much just walks over. I say toes. No, she has hooves.
Yeah.
So
I go
once her
down-
hooves hit the floor, she walks out.
I'm gonna loot this creature of like anything it has.
That will be a survival check.
Awesome.
And from what you're looting right now, you're only looting what's on the surface of the water.
That's fine. I'm just like going through like with my knife as I'm carving this thing up. I'm eventually going to go down and grab her bat.
Oh, she grabbed that.
Oh, okay. You said she let it go. So.
She let it go and it floated into her other hand.
Okay. All right. Cool. Survival check 23.
All right. You grab at least a pound of its teeth. You don't know what this creature is, but just pulling this stuff out, you know for a fact that if like you didn't pull it out a certain way, or you didn't like try to like go around the flesh to make it pop out, you would have cut your hand severely just touching it.
All right. 1 pound of sarlacc teeth. Do I get any like fleshy bits? Anything cool from its like from the rest of it?
You would probably just get a good slab of undescribable meat, but that's about it.
All right. Can I attempt to get the gland that produces ink?
That would have been a higher dex roll.
All right.
I mean, a survival roll, I'm sorry.
Wow, higher than a 23. Fuck. Okay.
It's deep in there. It's a very
Plus,
small
you're
gland.
only at the surface area. Apparently, the ink was coming out, but there was no sac there.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to basically I'm going to inform everybody that I will here. First of all, I'm going to move across just to get it so that I can like, I tell Ezra to fire the chain at me so I can at least get them a bridge across.
You got it.
Roll to shoot.
Nat 20.
Hey.
All right. Deflect missiles. I catch it. And I just kind of like hook it to like a rock over here or something.
There are a couple of palm trees you can tie it to.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just
All
hook
right,
it around there.
There is now a chain that goes from one end to another.
All right.
And I'm going to dive back in and continue surveying this monstrosity.
All right. Well, you head back down. You're now entering into the trench. As you go down, you're kind of like using like where the mouth's tendril is to kind of like follow in after it.
Yeah, just kind of guiding my arm down with it.
Yeah, guiding your arm down with it. Your entire front of your body, as you were swimming down, hits a wall of flesh, and you look down, and it looks like a colossal squid. You're looking at now like a light blue squid looking up at you, but it it's dead. So
Is it just kind of like lodged in there? Like just
Yep.
jammed its fat body into this crevice?
pretty much, from what you're looking at, you're only looking at the face of the creature.
All right. I'm going to start carving up, see what I can find in its face and in its beak mouth area.
Roll again.
All right. This one is a modified 20.
Modified 20. Okay, you carve out one of its eyes.
All right. Got a gigantic, colossal squid eye.
And from what you try to carve, if you want to stay down longer, we're going to move on to these guys, but you can try to carve something else in there.
Yeah,
Do you
I'll
wanna
just keep carving as they work their way across.
All right, so what are you guys
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one equipped to basically dismantle this thing.
Sounds about right. I go, all right, who's first? Just kind of like holding over kind of waving the chain, like, we'll try and just anchor this here and then just climb across, or just use it as it's kind of like
You
something
just
to hold
jump
on
in
to.
the water and
Yeah.
swim.
Sure, I'll go.
All right.
Well, I'm not just gonna leave my gun.
You can just pull yourself across.
That's my
Yeah,
plan. I'm last.
Water ski.
So you're going to go across?
Yep.
You make it across with no issue.
Okay.
Somewhere
Yeah,
over here right
You're
now.
somewhere over there. Nedra is going to use the chain, since I'm going to roll quickly an athletics check for her, since she doesn't know how to swim, and if she lets go, oopsie poopsie.
Yeah.
Here I go!
Wake Caesar. And he ushers her over to the other side.
Just carving.
It just looks over. Just kind of like swims, grabs her, and just.
So
swims over.
you will neglect carving to help
I'm
her
just
across?
going. I will usher her over and then go back to my carving.
Okay. All right.
Red
who's
is.
left? Red. Red knows how to swim. She can get across just fine.
All right.
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay. I yell over to them. Okay, is that thing really secured to that tree?
It looks like it.
All right, I want to test this. I just hold the gun with both hands, clink back.
Ludicrous speed. Go! Roll an acrobatics check
All right.
with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, got it. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm going with that 7. So 13. Watch out for that tree.
Yep. You just clotheslined yourself with the palm tree.
All right. I'm gonna consider that a successful test.
All right. So let me roll that damage after you just fucking chopped your neck against the tree.
Little bit faster than I expected, but hey, you know what? That's the price you pay for convenience.
5 points of damages. There's now a red friction line across your face.
Traveling with style, guys.
Survival check.
All right. One more survival check. And I think I ruined it. Natural wonders. Oh shit.
Yeah, you try to carve into it, and then it just starts bleeding profusely. That now it's just making a metallic taste.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, you want out. You just watch as Wake comes out with this huge eye the size of his head over his shoulder.
Oh.
I'm covered in blood.
Me. That's usually me what gets that.
I'm guessing if we think you look bad, we should take a look at the other guy.
He's taking a look at you. I point the eye over.
If you want to roll a nature check, you could probably figure out what the creature was.
All right. Would living underwater give me... It doesn't matter. I rolled a 19.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All right. 19 plus 1, modified 20.
It was a goblin squid.
It was a goblin squid.
Oh.
Look, this is what strung peoples normally run into.
The thing about goblin squids is that they almost are identical to what ropers would be. Not ropers, but I forget what the creatures... I should look in the monster manual, but you've heard stories that people on land have this sort of thing where it takes the form of a rock or a stalactite or something, and then it lashes out. Well, think that, but it's a squid, and it also has the mouthpiece of a goblin shark on it, so it can shoot its beak out to grab things.
Okay.
Scary little thing.
Yeah.
They can grow to large sizes, but beyond the fact that they hide themselves to protect their soft bodies, that's the reason why you will only ever see it nestled in something, because the rest of it is just, if you get to that, you pretty much kill it.
Right.
Well, with that nightmare put to rest, do we want to explore more to see if we can find some stuff to help Yeldon?
I kind of point at the giant ship in front of us. I mean,
You're right here.
Exactly. Do we want to find more? Start taking some of it back?
Well, Red begins to start just doing an investigation of just looking over the ship at this point, trying to see what made this ship capsize like it is in the land right now. The entire ship is upside down and kind of arched up, like someone just stuck it into the earth.
hey Ben, how much does healing word heal for again?
1d4 plus 4.
1d4 plus 4? All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to use two of your wonderful scrolls of healing word that you gave me. Max and 6. So
I head over to the
8 plus
to this ship
6.
and also start investigating, but looking for pieces that basically parts of it that look like they're in the best condition that feeding to Yeldon will probably yield the best results.
You're looking at pretty much, from what you're seeing, this looks like you can feed it to the Yeldon, no problem.
Okay. Like, wanna make sure there was no,
getting
like-
it apart and like
Who knows what happens if he eats like termites or something, or wood rot? Maybe that's bad.
Who knows? But the fact is that what you're looking at right now, and plus you don't know if you could just give him a whole tree and if that works.
Yeah.
So you're at the ship right now. This looks like what used to be a galleon. So it's pretty hefty.
Big ol' thing.
Big old hefty ship. It's got a couple of cannon holes sticking out in the side from where you're looking at, so you're kind of like looking at from the middle of the ship going to the base of the ship. The flag is actually pointed up, like someone was here and actually affixed the flag to the bottom of the ship to point upwards. So it looks like someone made shop here in some way, but then just abandoned it because looking from where you are right now, it doesn't look like there's a visible way to get inside the ship.
You don't think someone would have like gone through all the trouble to set up that flag and just left, do you?
That would make
Whoa.
no sense.
I
Says
mean,
Red.
check me if I'm wrong, but the ocean has been rising lately, right?
That would be a knowledge nature check on most of you guys.
Ooh, nat 20.
16.
Say 19.
16. You've heard people say that the ocean has its periods of like high and low tide, but it's actually in correspondence with how many years go by. You are currently within the range of the years where the water is currently going towards low tide.
Okay, so it's on its way down.
It's on its way down. So, based on the way this world works, you're currently going into low tide. It's gonna pass by for like 1 year. So, like, you're closing in on that year where it finally reaches that low tide, and then after another 4 years, it's gonna rise back to high. So, in 4 years, this entire archipelago is gonna be underwater.
Okay, so maybe there was a point where this ship is actually older than we think it is, and it just sort of sank here when this was all water.
Could be, although I don't... Did it capsize first? Because it's sort of upside down.
Yeah, I'm just curious. It's upside down and there's a flag on top. I've spent some time on ships. I don't think they usually have flags on the bottom. So someone was here. I'm just curious if they're still here.
And it's the same sigil as like the Rumblood.
Yep, it's still
okay.
Rumblood. But if you, Red says, but if you remember, aren't the Rumbloods just children?
I mean,
So I don't feel that they thought it would be a necessity to worry about the tide situation for years.
Basically, my worry is, are we going to start tearing this thing down and someone's going to come out screaming my home?
if we circle around the ship, like what's behind it?
You would have to move, and I would tell you what would happen. And
right.
plus, that would be an investigation check.
All right, well,
Pincer maneuver around the ship?
yeah, pretty much just create a perimeter, just walk around it. I think the
All right,
Yeah.
so who's going where?
I'm going all the way around to the back from this side.
I'm going to say, for the sake of just being able to make sure I can figure out what's going to happen in which direction. No.
Okay.
Walk your full feet in one turn.
Okay. I have a 40-foot move speed. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'd say Nedra would probably go with me.
Alrighty, so move her with you.
I'll
Okay,
go
I have
with
30.
Grant then. You want to move me?
And Red will go with you guys as well, Grant and Ben.
All right.
So, yeah, just push her with you guys. There we are. All right. Wake and Nedra, you two are seeing that you were just running along the side of the ship at this point. It doesn't look like there's any path inside other than the fact that the cannon holes are there. It doesn't look like either of you could actually fit in here by yourselves, and some of them also have their cannons at the ready pointed out. The ship is going further down the more you move alongside of it, but you're not at a point yet where they're completely disappearing under the sand.
Okay. So the cannon holes are just getting lower and lower as
Yes.
we move forward.
Probably
It's
like when you
sticking up and out that way.
Yeah, you're looking pretty much as if you get towards the middle, that's where you're starting to see like the second tier is now sinking into the earth.
Okay.
As for you guys, Grant and Ben, you are seeing this exact same thing, though on this side it's completely. There are a couple of holes where the cannon should be. Some of them have a few torpedo snails on them.
Oh, hell.
Well, we should probably just steer clear of those. Don't get any on you.
Yeah, we're going to have to, anything we take off of this thing to feed the Yelden, we're going to have to look real close
Yes.
at. I don't know what would happen if he ate one of those snails, but I don't want to
when
find
Red
out.
when Red sees that, she's just like, well, we can absolutely just forget the idea that we're going to feed the Yelden anything from this ship. This place is contaminated. If we're going to feed the Yelden anything, we just get raw trees.
I yell over to Wake. This might be a bad idea. We got torpedo snails over here.
You can hear them.
Torpedo snails!
None on this side.
Yeah, your side is completely clear. The worst you see is maybe a couple of like coconut crabs and some bloater fish walking around.
How sure are you? Is this a torpedo snail illusion?
If I recall correctly, I was the one seeing almost all of them.
Ezra doesn't keep track of that kind of stuff. He just knows these things are deceptive.
Survival check 21 to catch the coconut crab on my spear. Or unless you want that to be to hit, in which case that is a +8, 23 to hit.
23 to hit.
Or 24, it's a +1 weapon.
This is versus its AC, yeah.
Yeah, just a coconut crab, just catching it.
It erupts in blades. You found the legendary coconut crab.
The legendary super coconut crab. Nah, you just it's hardy. You hear a sizable crunch as you spear through it, and now it's just stuck on your spear.
Right, now I have a coconut crab.
There's Nedra, looks to you, looks at another coconut crab.
Gallagher's it.
Yep, she Gallagher's the coconut crab. Her arm reels back. That thing's strong.
Wow.
That was the super coconut crab.
The crab turns and looks at her. Picks up a coconut. Throws it at her.
Oh no. Roll initiative.
We're gonna
Oh my god, it hits her!
We're gonna learn a hard lesson about deflecting missiles today.
While this is going
2
on,
points of damage, you watch as Nedry gets beamed in the face with a coconut.
I look over to Red. So should we just burn this?
No. I need to find a way to get inside. We should at least investigate this.
Are you sure?
Are we the side of the ship that we're on? Is it the shaded side of the ship?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Wake, you say there's no snails over there?
Nope, just coconut crabs.
I think they don't like sunlight.
Man, that makes sense. They seem like spoopy, dark creatures.
Well, this is all you see on this side. You can keep going if you want. You can press forward.
No, we intend to. I'll keep pace with Nedra.
All right. And now what
Since
about
I'm
you guys?
10 feet faster than she is.
Sure, I'll keep going around to look around the side.
Alrighty, I'll move you guys.
Sure.
I am keeping my head on a swivel, not wanting to step
Yes.
on any snails.
Yeah, if you want me to roll like perception to be keeping an eye out so no snail touches me, I'm also fine with that.
No, you're fine for now. For now.
You couldn't avoid it if you wanted to.
What kind of an asshole GM do you take me for? Don't answer that.
You're my first, Zeno, so as far as I know, this is how it always goes.
All right. You, Ben and Grant, you guys are still watching as, like, in the shaded areas of where the holes are for the cannons. There's still a bunch of, like, torpedo snails still, like, kind of just slithering around. However, the more you get closer towards the middle of the ship, the more they're disappearing. Like, they're not as frequent.
Okay.
There's maybe, like at first you were seeing, like, 5, maybe 4. As you get further toward the middle of the ship, 2, and now you're lucky if you see 1.
Lucky.
Guys, just real quick, everybody. I turn all the way around. Snail check. Snail check.
Everybody good? No snails?
Roll an investigation check on yourselves. Red sees nothing.
9.
You're
I
clean.
see nothing.
You're clean. How about you?
4.
Nah, you're clean.
All right. I just... Now, these things are messing with my head. Now I don't trust it when I can see them, and I don't trust them when I can't see them neither.
All right, you
Only way is to light yourself on fire.
All right, so you roll me an investigation check, Nick.
All right. 22.
22. You see that there looks like little cuts of daggers that almost look like they were used to somehow shimmy someone up the ship.
It's like somebody climbed here. And Ezra, give me a boost.
Can do.
All right, her athletics and my acrobatics. I'm
She
guessing.
rolled a nat 1.
Well, then I'm just climbing.
Well, no, she picks you up. No, can do. Throws you back in the water. She throws you back. Whoa! Are you up there yet?
I climb back out of the water. Let's try that again, just a little. One more time. You threw me a little too hard.
Ah! It's a ghost wake! Picks up her bat.
No!
She'll try again.
All right.
Yeah, 15.
All right, acrobatics of 23.
You know, like how when someone grabs like a dog from like the back of their neck and like the back of them and just goes whoop? That's pretty much what she does with you.
Up-ho!
Yep. You grab onto it. You grab onto the side of the ship, and it's easy to climb up. You are now on top of the ship. You're seeing where the flag is set up. It looks like someone did actually like come up on the top of the ship and put it there because it's a lot of makeshift wood, nails, and boarding. There actually looks like there's a man-made hatch that leads into the ship next to the flag.
Hey guys, I might have found a way in! I yell down, and I lower... how far up am I? Am I like 30 feet up on top of the ship? Or?
After climbing, you're actually 60 feet up.
Okay, 30 feet of rope is not going to help then. Wait, hold on, how much rope do I have? I'm pretty sure 30 is the standard.
Though, with you pretty much can assume that with the holes helping, if people just want to climb and not use a boost from Nedra, this is easily climbable. It just looks like whoever wanted to get up here had a really difficult time and used something to, like, just climb themselves up, like, sharp. And they used a sharp instrument to climb up. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, I peek over this. I peek over the side where they are.
Yep.
Hey.
There's a way in up here.
Guys, the snails can look like Wake now.
Don't worry, I'm pretty sure that's actually him.
Oh, okay, good. Hi,
For now.
Wake.
Hi, Eloy.
All right, well,
Roll a perception check. Wake.
13.
Yeah, you see them. They're fine down there.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, well.
All right, Nedra, come on up.
All right, let me roll for her. Okay. Nothing.
You coming?
I'm coming. Don't worry.
All right.
Nothing.
Do you need some rope?
No. Maybe.
Okay. I start like I can lower the rope down 30 feet towards like I guess half the ship.
That time she makes it.
Okay.
With the assistance of the rope, she's able to climb up all the way.
All right.
I attempt to climb. Well, I'm gonna look real quick and see there's no. Actually, I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna head around to the sunny side and just to avoid any possible torpedo snails.
Alrighty.
And then I start climbing up.
Yeah, I'll head around with you.
Red will do so as well.
All right. We'll just assume.
Yeah. So you guys roll athletics check. Red's fine. She makes it up.
Athletics, you say?
Yes.
Damn. 2.
Well, do you have anything to the contrary that lets you use your
My second story works for running jumps. I can switch it to.
Well, you
dex,
can do
but-
that if you want.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, hey, I'll take that Dex mod instead and go with the 8 that I would get from it if I'm going via acrobatics.
It was an 8?
Yes.
Wouldn't you also add your proficiency to that?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, wait, no. If it's
Yeah, acrobatics is +6 for you.
yeah, and I had a 2 on the
Oh,
die.
Jesus.
So 8.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's why I said, oh no, it's just gonna be 2. Then if it's athletics,
You make a running start. You use the cannon holes to kind of just like start doing all kinds of flips and shit up the side. You're Orlando Blooming this super good. And then you get stuck on one foot and you're now hangmaned upside down.
I start swinging the rope towards him.
You want to try again?
grab it and climb it.
Roll again.
13.
Yeah, you make it.
I got a 19.
Eloy's already up there. You have no idea how he got up there. He's now standing right next to you as you're helping Ezra
Yeah,
up.
I like wave goodbye to him as I get ready to jump, climb up, and he's up there. Just-
I don't know why people think I'm bad at climbing. I lived on mountains literally my whole life.
All you gotta do is walk on the wood. Just go straight up.
Yeah. All right.
dig your
Everyone's
hooves
up here
in?
now.
All right.
You do peek over the side, and you do notice that there are a large quantity of torpedo snails on the side where it's shaded, but it's also where the hatch is. There does look like there's another flag on the other side, on the side that's leaning down. So you're not sure if there might be another hatch over there or there might be another way because you only saw from the half of the ship.
So the hatch that I have found has torpedo snails on it?
No, but it's the side where they are.
Okay.
so like it's closer to them, but it is not covered in them.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna get into my pack real quick and just pull out spare clothes. I've got a tarp, just any cloth that I can find, and just like bundle up as much exposed skin as I can.
Roll a medical check.
And I've also got my disguise kit that presumably has some like costume pieces and stuff in it. Just, I want to go full Tusken Raider. I want to minimize the amount of skin these things can attack.
Because the problem with you is that you're also part centaur, so you got a lot to cover.
Yeah, it is a lot of area to cover. What did you ask for? Medical?
Medical, please.
17.
17? All right, barring your hooves, because you know that, like, once you start feeling it on your bare bone, you're certain you can tell that there might be something crawling up there. You're able to bandage yourself up enough that you feel comfortable that if something does feel wrong, you'll be able to answer the call to it. So you're not completely protected, but you have some protection.
Yeah, I mean, for a patchwork job with like a tarp and shit, I feel pretty all right about that.
All right, so what do you guys want to do? You're now on top of the ship. You know where the other hatch is, but you haven't explored the other side.
I guess let's just open this hatch and check out.
I'll give the other side a quick look where the other flag is.
Okay, I need you... Hold on a second. So you get to about... You're at the halfway point right now. You start to go to the other side. Mm-hmm. Roll me a dex save.
This is my good one. God, loves the 15 today. 23.
23. You start to feel where you're stepping buckle, and one of the floorboards sinks in. And when you look inside, it almost looks like that entire inside is completely covered in torpedo snails.
All right, so the floor starts to fall away. I do like a quick flip back.
Yeah,
and
you just like step back, and like there's now a missing floorboard that sank in that is covered in torpedo snails starting to wriggle out.
I found another way in. I don't recommend this one. This one's probably not as good.
I look over to Red. I'm still in favor of just burning this thing.
Wake, roll another perception check.
Nat 20.
You heard heavy breath by two individuals and the running of feet inside the ship from the hole, and they disappear inside.
We're not alone. And I'm not talking about the snails. There's... Like, did I hear the pitter-pattering of feet?
You heard the pitter-pattering of feet. Whatever these individuals were, they were small, and there was more than one of them.
I think there are children here.
would make sense with
Bipedal children.
would make sense with the whole Rumblug flag. Was hoping whoever had left this or had set this up had abandoned it, but I guess that's why we knock first and ask questions later. Hello!
No answer.
Yeah, no, they're in there. I think they're either not fans of us or afraid of us or just trying to get away from the torpedo snails.
We noticed the snails. We thought we could help. Is anyone down there?
No answer.
One sec. I pull out the horn.
Okay, let me roll severity.
They didn't hear you so hard, their ears are bleeding.
Okay, you have no response. But everyone standing on the ship could feel like the echo just shake the entire vessel. As more torpedo snails start rising up and trying to inch their way towards Wake.
All right, we're going to move away now. Sorry for disturbing you. All right.
They're not moving in any, like, you can easily get away with them. They're
snails.
They're snails, yeah.
Ew.
They're known for their speed,
But they
right?
are, like, inching their way towards you when you did that.
All right, I think our way in is that hatch.
I would agree.
All right, who's opening the hatch?
I have a crowbar.
Oh, it looks like
it
you
just
can easily
opens.
just pull it open.
Okay. All right. Everybody stand back. We don't know what's waiting for us. I open the hatch.
Roll a dexterity save.
I'm just sitting there.
Nat 20! Yeah!
Wait. Take the crowbar anyway. Cannonball rises up and then falls on the surface of the beach.
Hey! Nice trick down there. Real funny, kids. We're not here to hurt you.
No answer.
I don't think they believe us.
I don't think they care.
I'm starting to come in on the side of let's just burn it to the ground and walk away.
See, I'm with you, but now that there's the possibility of children in there,
Yeah, I can't burn kids.
even if they're rumbloods, I don't want to do that.
Even if they're vampires, I can't burn kids.
Are vampires kids, though?
No, they are not, Eloy, Red says.
Well, what if they are vampire children?
We still burn them.
What if, but like they're babies though.
They're undead at this point, Wake.
Oh, here we go again.
The best thing we could do is give them a swift mercy and end them. And this is coming from Red. She's dead fucking serious right now. If there is any form of vampirisy in this ship,
If there are vampire children, we will deal with them.
we will deal with them.
Somehow.
No, but she then turns to you. I am in agreement with you. Once our investigation of this place is done, then we burn it to the ground.
I guess I'm fuzzy on what our investigation's supposed to reveal. We know there's vampires.
She pats her journal. The Bottled Lightning Project.
All right.
This is my job. If you don't wish to follow me, then I'll go alone.
Now, Red. We're all part of a crew together. We can share each other's burdens. That's part of what the natural wonders are about. So, we'll go with you. Just, let's just make sure we don't spend any more time here than we have to. These torpedo snails are bad for everybody.
No, I agree. Once I find what I'm looking for, or at least hope what I'm looking for is not in here, then we can leave. And that's where we'll take a break.
All right, works for me. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table. All right, we got a new map here.
Yep.
Things have changed.
Things have changed.
So describe to us what we see as we crawl into this ship.
Well, as you go down the ladder, you head down excuse me. As you go down the ladder, you head inside and into a small, cramped room. There's a couple of crates that you could stand on. Like, not everyone should be in here, especially like with Eloy coming down. Like, it's going to this place is gonna fill up quickly.
Yeah, Eloy and Nedra take up half of it.
Yeah, but you move the cannon to the side, you move it behind the ladder. It was kind of rigged to set. You see the rope that was like, hey, if this pulls, shoot up. So there was enough There's enough for a person to lay a trap for anyone to try to enter in this way. Which, by association, you could think that, there probably was another way inside. But right now you're inside a very cramped storage room of a ship. There are dilapidated barrels and crates. Enough that you could stand on, but it doesn't look like there's stuff inside of it that works. However, there is a cover of broken glass where the tables are. Not enough that, like, if you stood on it, it would, like, shatter your feet, but it looks like there were intricate tools that use glass in these crates once. There is a door to your to the side of you next to where the cannon was.
All right, I take out a torch and just light it up.
You have a lot more visibility. Leaving the hatch open, there's still daylight. Going inside, that's going to be way more useful.
Anybody else need one?
Yeah, I'll light up my lantern hanging off of my saddlebags.
I just figure those snails don't seem to like light or heat.
That's a good idea. I was going to say, I can rely on my dark vision, but no, good point. Light and heat, not a fan.
You should get one. Nedra will take one.
All right, I'll hand Nedra one of my torches.
All right.
And do you need a torch?
I have a lantern, so I'll have that lit up.
All right.
And
I
Red
light
just,
up my
snaps her fingers.
Yeah, I could easily just hold fire, but this fire I can actually deal damage with.
Right.
My other fire is just for flavor.
I just
All
have
right.
the lantern strapped. like,
Before
on my
we go
belt.
anywhere, Red is going to roll an investigation check on the crates where all the broken glass is. With a nat 20,
Hey.
this is an alchemic table. Someone, and she, starts pulling things apart. Not only does she find glass, she also finds what looks like, for anyone who, anyone here want to feign ignorance that they know anything about robotics or, technology, apart from, you saw Scrung with a gun.
Feigning ignorance is not what the word I'd use.
I was going to say, I don't know. What do you mean? What are you finding?
Is that like what the Gimme Brothers do?
She looks to you and goes, no, that's exactly what this is. These are tools someone used to make technology.
That's twice today. Eloy had the best idea.
Good job, Eloy.
She finds, small, simple parts that, if assembled together, they seem like they make something almost like some kind of machine, but they're only small bits and pieces of it.
Well,
So these appear to what look like there was an alchemy table and then spare replacement parts of some kind.
well, from what I've gathered, one of the big splits between the Navy and the pirates seems to be one of them's not too big a fan of technology, while the other one seems to be pretty okay with it. So that seems to make sense.
The government the government and the Navy are more about using magic for their everyday lives, whereas the pirates use science and technology.
How big are these spare parts?
You're looking at a door hinge size kind of creation.
Okay, and how many of them are there?
Like 3 pieces.
All right, I'm going to pack those spare parts.
All right.
I bet Gopher
3.
could do something cool with those.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well,
maybe we'll find pieces to get Scrung that gun hand.
Well, this is evidence that this is a Rumblood ship, but it's not the evidence I need. So whatever you want to take, at least hold something that I can have to tinker with.
All right, well, I think you're by the door. Wake points kind of crampedly.
Yeah, she is. She's by the door, so she will put her hand to the door and slowly creak it open. You now look inside, and there's a strong mercury smell coming from the other side. She immediately shuts the door at the smell of that, oh, what was that?
Seems a little dangerous. Or maybe someone's just cleaning. Who knows?
Smells really heavy.
I don't know if that was some kind of cleaner or some kind, or
I look,
she
look around the space. If it is, it's well overdue.
She leans down to the floor and wipes her finger across where the door's opening is at the bottom. She pulls it back. There's dried blood. It's blood then.
Well,
It normally smells more like copper than anything.
this
Weird.
might be our vampire nest we were worried about. If blood, sunlight, all sorts of things.
She puts her hand to the sunlight, and the blood dissipates.
Yeah, that's a pretty damning sign if I ever saw one. We sure we don't want to burn this place to the ground?
In any normal circumstance, I would have said yes. But I can't walk away with this without investigating it.
All right. Well,
Just know we have our torches at the ready.
Indeed.
I just point towards the door, like as I'm cramped. And
She opens the door. You step out. You step into the room. It looks like a long hallway, almost the same kind of shape as your quarters, except it's not around in a circle. So this looks like this was a quarters area for most people. Going down the hallway, though, you're standing on the ceiling pretty much. Above you, excuse me. So when you step out, you kind of have to make like this really big
climb over the.
Yeah, you're climbing over the door frame. Above you looks like there's dripping blood and some forms of torpedo snails across the ceiling or the floor.
Hey, if we're finding vampire blood all over the place, there could be a possibility that there were vampires here at one point and these kids roughed them up.
I mean, these torpedo snails seem to carry vampirism. Also, they were crawling out of that hole. I figured that they probably wouldn't do that if they were actually,
They might have detected blood, and that's where they were going.
Yeah, the torpedo snails are not, like, from what you're seeing from the torchlight, they're not completely, like, there's like a few of them. There's not a whole bunch of them, but as you go down the hallway, you're seeing is like they're starting to condense on the ceiling. There's another doorway just out of your torch's light. And to the side of the wall, you notice that there's a few small cages and a ring of blood around it.
That's usually not good.
There is something gleaming off of your torchlight inside one of the cages.
I am going to look first. Is this perception or investigation?
Investigation.
All right, that's a modified 15.
Modified 15?
I don't know why I said modified.
It's fine.
I do the same thing.
It's a slip of the tongue. Excuse me. You look inside. It looks like there's more of these spare parts inside of there. But then what's gleaming isn't a spare part. It actually looks like a holy symbol.
Knowledge religion, I guess. Yeah, a 6.
A 6. It's you remember from way back at Jahal Cove that there was a bunch of the faces, or at least like depictions of what the gods look like. The only one you could possibly think of in the back of your head without needing reference would be Kelpie and Udath.
Oh,
But
well,
for that one, it's neither of those.
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
reach
say,
out.
if
Let
it was-
me have a look at it. I rolled a nat 20.
well, you can look over here. I haven't gone into the cage yet.
The Mantaruva just screams in the back of your head as you look at the depiction. It's a Ludarius emblem.
Oh, is that Ludarius?
I mean, sure.
Well,
Wasn't that big scary guy? Wasn't he a Ludarius boy before he got vampired and then real dead
I'm
because of
pretty
the ball
sure.
barons?
I'm pretty
Oh!
sure Ludarius is the sun god,
he's the father of light.
and then Udoth is the dark god. No,
That's Usha.
Osha. That's the thing he yelled at us. I just had a conversation in my own head.
So this is the same, workings. People with Ludarius symbols getting attacked by vampires and
Yes.
roughing up the ship.
Go figure. The
As
vampires really don't like that sun god.
As I feared, then this is part of the Bottled Lightning project, says Red.
Great. I guess let's get in as far as we need to so we can figure out when we start burning it.
All right, well, you can start heading down the hallway now. You stop. You.
I would
get
stealth,
right at
but
the
we've all
door.
got lights. So I
Yeah,
feel like
you all got lights, so it's fine. But you probably can see like 2 squares ahead of you.
All right, I'm going to. Do the doors push or pull from our perspective?
They pull from your perspective.
All right. Is there a handle on this door?
Yes,
like,
there
You
is.
have to turn it.
No, there's a handle.
Okay, so I'm gonna just try to pull this door open.
It's locked.
I have a crowbar here if we want to try that.
I offer my hand out to use the crowbar.
Red kind of looks to you, Ezra. Don't you have thieves' tools?
I jimmy the crowbar in there. I mean, this is one, right?
It's one of the thieves' tools, I assumed.
I mean, the lock's up there. It's higher above my head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the orientation of this room, I feel like it would be tougher to reach that than...
Nedra kind of just like looks to you, but we could take one of those cages and you could stand on it.
Well, isn't everybody full of better ideas than Captain Ezra today?
I'm just trying to make it easier for you.
It's all right.
No, you're
Nedra.
great.
Thank
You're
you very
great,
much. Your help is greatly appreciated.
Just kind of like shrinks at that, like, whoa.
Nedra, I'm sorry. It's just today's been a weird day for the captain. I feel like everybody's been smarter than me.
You want to know what's
Your
weird?
Your studying has been paying off.
You want to know what's also weird?
The fact that you had to roll for it now means anything could be weird.
The fact that you're covered in snails.
No, never mind.
No, Nedra, please. I didn't mean to sound pushy or bossy or mean. Was my mistake. What's also weird? Anything could be important here. It could be dangerous.
That funny face that was right behind you for a split second.
Yeah, that is weird.
1, 2, 3, pop it open the door!
Well, if you want to jimmy this open, it's going to be an athletics check.
Yeah. No, I think I lost your crowbar with the nat 1. 1, 2, 3.
Crowbar snaps in half.
Chink. Where'd you buy this?
Probably the same place I got that hammer I lost.
At legitimate Larry's.
Tink, tink, tink. You need better tools.
Yeah, because now I'm remembering. The reason I didn't use thieves' tools is I think they broke during the last mission we were
That's
on.
right, they
That's
did.
why I don't have them. So now we're
Well,
on the
they're
crowbar.
real shoddy.
No crowbar, no hammer, no thieves' tools. Awesome.
I think you can still try to pick a lock without thieves' tools. You just don't get a proficiency bonus.
Yeah. You have a knife that works in some degree.
All right, well, I guess we'll do the best here I can without these tools. Is that a sleight of hand check?
I
Is
mean,
that what it is?
Red kind of like looks to Wake. Wait a minute. Allow me to see one of those metal scrappings you had.
I fish around my bag and I pull one out for her.
I'm going to roll to see if she even does this. She takes the one. You watch as her hand starts to clasp around it as she's burning it. With an arcane of 20, she's able to mold it into thin little bits and hands you a makeshift lockpick.
All right.
It might be a little hot.
So you have one very flimsy lockpick.
All right.
As opposed to this crowbar.
Guess it's better
What's
than
this door made out of?
Guess it's better than a flimsy crowbar. I set to work with. Oh, all right. I rolled a 19. So is that the bonus from Thieves' Tools would be double proficiency, so 25?
This was super easy all along.
Click.
It was just a latch.
Got it.
All right.
Very cautiously enter the.
I slink my head up over the door frame and just look inside.
You see movement in the far end of the room.
I flash my torch that way.
All right. So I forget what their proper naming is. I really wish I should have written it down.
A good sign.
But you know pill bugs, right?
Yeah.
Those sea things. Like you're seeing a bunch of those kind of just like
Roly
huddled,
poly.
yeah, like little huddled into the corner, but they're like the size of Dobermans.
They're like
Oh,
they're
boy.
like massive. Wow.
Hey.
Got some bugs in here, some real big bugs. What else do I see in this room aside from the large pill bugs?
Apart from that, you're seeing a lot of tools that look like were made to restrain people. Like you're seeing cages that were shaped like humans.
I rolled a 17 on nature. Do I have any idea on if these things are aggressive, if they are
They're just pill bugs.
If I've seen,
They're just
if I'm aware of things being this size.
No, they're just oversized pill bugs.
I'm going to lob the monster, like the goblin squid. No, the meat, like the pound of meat that I got out of it. And
Okay.
throw it in there and see what they do.
You toss the meat in. You watch as their feelers kind of go erratic. They turn, and they just like crawl their way in. What you saw was 2 of them. Now you're watching as one of them goes forward, and then the other one slinks away after a few seconds, and this thing is just one large, long body.
Okay, so it's a gigantic millipede.
Yep. And it is now eating. It's pretty much now devouring the meat. It's just happily gnawing at it.
All right, they're carnivorous.
Since Wake's the one up in the front of all this, I'm going to take this opportunity to just go ahead and cast resistance on you. You get a plus 1d4 to your next saving throw.
Ooh, nice. Thank you.
I should make a habit of doing that more often.
Hey, Wake.
Uh-huh.
Roll me a perception check.
This isn't a saving throw.
Unfortunately not.
Modified 20.
You can't put your finger on it, but you could have sworn you saw what looked like a human face etched on the side of its carapace.
This is the spookiest day we've ever had. And we fought ghosts.
I just kind of
Wait, no, don't worry, it's back in a different place.
I just kind of nudge Ezra. Did you see that? That looks like a face, human-ish.
I rolled a 12 in perception. Do I see this?
I don't think it's hiding anymore.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello?
Red, is there know anything about big old millipedes with human faces on them? Look, I'm new to this whole vampire thing. Is this like their true form or something I don't know?
I've never heard of such a thing. That sounds like utter nonsense.
All right, well
As
then.
I look to the camera.
I'm just sitting there like, hello, Mr. Millipede. My name's Wake.
It's still eating food.
How's the meat?
It's just eating.
Well, it must be good-ish. I don't know. Didn't really try it. Didn't seem like something I'd enjoy. I might have, though. I got eyeball.
I'm going to...
Let me go ahead and at least put down where this creature is
Yes.
in relevance to you. All right, I'm going to need a couple of these.
I'm always bad at picking up the difference between perception and investigation. If I want to just...
Investigation is you're right next to it and seeing it. Perception is using your senses to locate something.
Okay, because
So-
I want to just look around the room and see if I can pick up on the idea of was this thing like I know the door was locked. Is this thing just trapped in here? Is this a pet? Is this is there a mess? How kept is this room, basically? I don't know if that would be perception or investigation.
Well, it's a room full of cages. So my theory is that it was an experiment, and it's really big. It's very big.
That is all one creature.
All right, that's a
All right, it is
real big old creature.
quite large.
It's not like in height wise, it's up to your kneecaps. And that its intimidation comes in its length.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if it somehow reared up and flopped down, it could if I'm guessing almost all of it is teeth under there because it's probably that type of horrifying thing, that it would probably start trying to devour me.
So you want to see what the room's like?
Yes.
That would be a perception check.
Perception? All right.
Yeah, all I've seen is human-shaped cages so far.
22.
22. You look behind it now that most of its body's kind of out of the shadows. It did look like there was some kind of bedding there. So you're right. This kind of was in some way, shape, or form a pet in a way.
Okay.
There's more of these human cages. They don't look like they've been touched at all. They just look like they're in a row, and this room was just used to house this thing in here.
Okay.
It looks like and there's also looks like a makeshift doghouse sort of thing, but it's more like it's a giant closet that has a bunch of extra bits of wood for the creature to just like lurch up and kind of make itself a nest.
Okay. So my thought here is if it doesn't look like it was like, just some monster that they locked away behind a door, there's a chance it could be somewhat tame and maybe not incredibly dangerous. And if we just slowly back out, it might not pursue.
Nothing. Nothing happens.
Want to relock that door?
I'll go for it. 22.
Okay.
We'll just leave that thing there. Because for all I know, it's happily living here and isn't causing us a problem. And, hey, maybe once we burn the ship down, we can think about letting it out there. But
As we back into the metaphorical hedge.
yeah. Just that seems
All right,
like
so who's in front?
something I didn't
That's me.
Yeah, Wake and Nedra are.
Yeah,
are
what's this
leading the
large,
party.
shattery looking thing that I'm next to now? Oh, did it come out? Oh, hello again.
The human face that was coming out of its shell and warping lurches out of a small hole and stops in front of you looking at you.
Hi there. How was the squid meat?
Hello,
Was
Patches.
it good? Did you like it?
It doesn't respond. It just looks at you with its mouth agape on the side of the shell. Dissipates back into the shell
Okay.
and reappears on the other side of the shell.
I can't see it now.
You can see
Oh.
see like the edge of its brow, but it went from like one side to the other.
Can you even understand us?
Back out the other side.
Just blink once for yes and twice for no.
Okay, so the face deforms again.
It doesn't reappear.
So maybe blink to it means vanish your face.
Until proven otherwise, I'm going to attempt to walk past it with a handle animal check. That is a 18. That's not bad. That's not bad at all if this thing's considered an animal. Easy.
It does nothing.
Easy, fella.
It does nothing.
Easy, fella. We're okay. Enjoy your meat.
As you stand next to it, you look, there's another door next to you. You're still holding the torch, so you look over, you turn around. The whole entire wall where the doorway is on the left side of you, that's entirely covered in torpedo snails.
I reckon I'll move against this wall. Okay, I think this thing's relatively tame. It does not seem upset. I think we're friends. It likes the meat I gave it.
Okay. All right. Just
Come along through, Nedra. Do.
Oh, stop right there.
Uh-oh. She gonna try to handle animal too?
She tries to handle an animal with her bat.
Well,
This is the only
It's
way
okay,
she knows
buddy.
how to handle
It's okay.
things.
lurches up, showing its underside.
Was I right?
It's a bloody human rib cage where the face reappears.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awful.
Nightmarish.
And latch.
Nedra, no!
With an at 20. Okay, well, I need to roll something real quick.
All right.
Some severity, I
I
assume.
really should have said I was holding my action. All right. Nedra, no! She rolled a nat 1.
You rolled an at 1.
She rolled a nat 1. Of course she did. Poor girl.
If only I had my crowbar to pry her away. Well,
All right, so she got sucked back into the room full force.
That room wasn't big either.
Yeah.
So you heard a bone crunch as she got pulled in.
terrific.
Did that break enough of the wall to make an opening that the rest of us can follow through?
No.
All right, I get to work quickly on that door.
How big is the opening that she slid through? Because she had to go through it.
About up to your waist.
Up to my waist, but how wide?
It was pretty wide. Like, again, the
Like
creature...
it's a 5 foot wide space. Like,
It's a 5 foot wide space, yeah.
all right. Are we rolling initiative here, or do we have like one round before combat truly begins?
It truly begins when you see it. You don't see it.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
It popped in
my-
there. I'm immediately going to work at that door to open it
My
up.
immediate action is to run this way and slide through.
Roll an acrobatics with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Oh man.
I got a 25 on opening that door, by the way.
You got it open.
All right.
You do still have that bardic inspiration dice, if that'll help.
I do. I don't think I'm going to need it unless your DC is crazy on this one. 19.
You make it through.
Yeah.
All right, and then I guess I'm in on this side.
Roll for initiative.
All right. I slide through and I whip out my spear. I am taken off guard with a nat 1.
17.
Spear gets... So, your spear is still latched onto your chest. The rope's there. The spear is kind of just, like, stuck outside.
Long ways outside
One
the
sec.
door.
Pulling it out.
Long
Getting
ways
the-
outside.
Yeah, I'm last in terms. Hold on. I'm getting it. Son of a bitch. I'll get you.
All right, I bust open the door and run in. Also, my initiative is 17.
All right, so 17 for Grant.
I got a 14.
In terms of adding my dex to that nat 1, in case it gets a nat 1, it is a 6.
All right, I'll tell you if it matches. So Ben got a 14. You got a nat 1. Nedra
Is
grappled.
grappled.
is grappled, so she goes after its turn. Red gets a 6, so she's just 6, and the creature 20. So the creature goes first. Since it's a creature.
Great.
So it didn't roll a 1.
No.
You're gonna go ahead and say.
And then Nedra is here. Okay, so creature goes first. You hear chomping.
Yep, that's about right.
Though you're looking at the other side. When you saw that thing take Nedra, it didn't have antenna on this side. So when you go back inside the door, you watch as the thing that actually had antenna and the millipede face is actually still eating the meat that was given.
This isn't the kind of ass eating I was expecting in this ship.
Greedy piece of shit millipede.
You gave it a taste for blood, Wake.
I'm sure it already had it. It's made of people.
Okay. So, who here likes Dark Souls?
Me. I like Dark Souls.
I'm apparently okay at it.
I'm a fan.
Do you like the Gaping Maw?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's happening to Nedra right now.
Oh no.
Kaiser's mom?
But enough of your pet names.
It's okay, guys. I would say the same to his face.
And he'd laugh just as hard, if not harder.
Yep.
All right.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and just roll that damage.
So her flesh is being rent asunder.
Plus side, she still has Hellish Rebuke on her side as a reaction if she needs it. She might. This thing probably looks like it doesn't like fire.
Pressing it closer and closer into its body as she's igniting.
Yeah, her flesh is being rent, as in treated like a rental car.
Ah. Yeah, she's going to use that Hellish Rebuke, but not after taking 19 points of damage.
Jesus Christ! My poor girl!
So she's using Hellish Rebuke.
I imagine. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. Hellish Rebuke, she does fire damage, so that's 11 points of fire damage back.
Okay.
You watch as that entire side of the millipede erupts into flame. It rears back and there looks like a giant line of people attached to each other on its underside.
Oh
as
god,
it
it's
peers
a
back.
human millipede!
Mostly the rib cages and a bunch of fingers for where the feet should be.
I've
Horrifying.
seen this movie.
However, when you watch as the other side of it, like where you're watching the human parts disappear and it goes back to the part where it's on the floor and like you're not seeing the inside anymore, it looks like it's shaded on purpose. Kind of like if you see a man who's always walking left and yet for some reason he never turns right and he's still walking left even though he shouldn't be. It's kind of that illusion going on right now, except it goes from the inside, the underbelly of the creature into the top side where the millipede is just eating the piece of meat that you gave it.
Okay. Still awful and needs to die.
Yeah, but we're still on its attack after doing that. But that was double damage, so that was 22 points of damage on Nedra's part.
All right,
Oh,
so
Nedra.
fire. Good.
But it still has another attack. Cause it's easy, and it does a lot of damage. That's another 14 points of damage.
To Nedra again?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh, Nedra.
So Nedra just took...
How's she looking?
22, 23. So 3.
Yeah, 'cause she just
No,
took,
she's not looking good. She took fucking like
nearly 30 some points of damage
32
there.
points of damage. She is well below bloodied.
All right.
All right.
Somebody's gonna need to heal her.
Hold on. It has one more attack.
Damn it. And I'm still just fishing my spear and
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I gave you meat.
Well, you say that, and the millipede part, the one that actually, the head of the millipede, notices all this commotion.
And it's burning.
In its ass.
No, its head rolls into a ball in defense.
Okay, so the part
That
that I'm
part
looking
here.
at.
That the first 3 parts of that roll into a small ball.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It does nothing. It actually like it
Took a defensive action.
It took a defensive action. It's just like it kind of like felt all this commotion behind, and then just went.
I don't like it.
No. All right, now it's Nedra's turn.
Drink a potion, girl. Do something.
Well, she needs to get out of this first.
Oh right, she's.
She's underneath this thing.
Oh.
I'm surprised the Hellish Rebuke didn't make it go like, ah!
No, taking damage doesn't mean you always let go of
Yeah,
whatever's
no,
happening.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Especially if it's
she
mindless.
cannot escape.
Oh.
Yeah, she is still continuously grappled.
Okay.
Next turn, and that is Grant.
All right. With it in its defensive action, I approach, and you know what? This plan has worked for us before.
With Wake being technically behind it, you get flank.
I can flank. Sweet. I take out an explosive bolt and just try and dig it in. I look for like any sort of like crease in where I'm assuming it's like, since it's pill bug, like it's probably got like those like armor folds.
Yeah.
I try to see if I can find one and just kind of like shove it in there.
Okay.
Is that a perception or a dexterity to try and?
I'm guessing it's a roll to hit with
Yeah, that's
that.
just a roll to hit.
Just okay.
So you're just trying to stab it into something.
Yeah. Guessing I don't get any sort of advantage with this. Does not seem like a dex thing.
No, but you get a +2.
Yeah, you
Alright.
get +2 for flank.
Oh yes. So 13.
Tink.
Damn it.
With
Well-
its defensive roll, it upped its AC.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Still gonna explode one way or another.
You have it in your hand still, though.
Yeah, I know. So I just drop it.
Do you light it? I'd imagine you do that before.
I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna roll something real quick. So, are you saying you are activating to light it with
Yes.
that hit? Okay, so we'll say it that.
Yeah. Because I was assuming it was going to be lit as I was shoving it in there.
Yeah, you start to feel you like look and see like a bit of it is starting to give a little bit of light, and you hear like a hiss of gunpowder.
All right.
And do
It
you
still
want
has to roll around to my turn to blow up, so.
Do you want to use the remainder of your turn to back away?
Yes. Just like gonna drop it at its feet and get away.
Which way do you want to go? I mean, you still have like, I guess, 15 feet
Yeah.
of movement.
Walks out the door.
Just gonna duck down here.
Guys, that thing's
Creepy.
Yeah. I do go out the door and basically just sit back and be like, all right, taking cover. Red, if you send any sort of fire in there, things gonna be popping.
On it. It is not her turn yet, though. It is now Ben's turn. There's some fucking shit happening there. You heard what sounds like... I'm going to assume the first sound of when something gets hit with a car.
Yeah, you saw Nedra get sucked into that room.
You heard a bone crack, and
Yeah.
then...
Wake yelled Nedra no and slid under.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of any of that. I'm gonna go.
Just a...
I'm gonna get right here in the furthest corner of that room, which is still in range. I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality, which allows me to heal Nedra for 2d6 hit points.
Nice.
Go for it.
And I can do that as a bonus action.
So I was gonna say these healing word scrolls are great, but not when it's dealing 19 damage a turn.
Yeah, I mean 2d6 isn't great either, but I can continue to do that every turn while doing other things.
Yeah.
So it's a good spell. It's only 3 this round, but that's what I can do.
Alrighty. She gets 3 HP back.
Yep. And unfortunately, that does take up my concentration, so you lose that resistance.
No worries.
Alright. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Red's turn.
She'll be
Fire in
useful.
her hand. Whoop! The creature, well, let's roll the hit. Versus her DC spell
My
save.
explosive bolts do.
Well, with a nat 20, she's absolutely hitting.
All right, cool.
Good old firebolt.
Yep, just fucking lob a firebolt in there. She's like, okay, I now know what to do.
Oh boy, looks like it's Red's turn.
Yep. Max damage. Nice.
Damn. Plus, if she's hitting that explosive bolt, I imagine it goes off prematurely.
Yeah.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
In which case, it's an extra D6 of fire. So 4.
Times 2.
8.
Hey.
So... That was 32 points of damage you did.
Woo!
Blow!
So you watch as the millipede part just completely explode. So get rid of those 3 little things there. There is now what looks like an elf man's head that is still in its place, and it lurches up. You killed the creature, but there was something else attached to it. It kind of like leers up, pulls out its hands, and shows you that it's like a mixture between claws and like
Some hellish millipede centaur elf.
Yeah, pretty much. It opens its mouth and lets out a loud hiss. Nedra's just like, yeah, this is the Ball of Lightning project, all right.
Oh, Red
Or
is.
Red is.
She look
Yeah.
you look at its chest, and when it exposes itself, all of you guys over there, so Red, Eloy, and Ezra, now look as the man who lurched up from the side that exploded off, which sadly was just like the part of the millipede. It was just a big old like bug that had no problem.
Hey, sorry, man. You are stuck to something fierce.
It lurches up, and it has like an emblem of Ludarius etched in its chest. That's the only part of its flesh. The rest of it is more rib cages and more hands still writhing.
You can never have enough rib cages. Right, Centaur?
So it's like upper torso, rib cage, the part that's eating Nedra, and the top of it is the millipede shell.
He has like 2 more rib cages than you. Oh, sure. There you go. Sorry about that. All right.
So
that-
good hit. You both just pretty much took care of one piece of it,
took
and you
part of
revealed
it.
what the actual monster was.
Oh boy.
We are now up to...
I think I'm the last one in
Yep,
rotation.
your turn.
Humans are the real monster. Lots of them. And the rib cages.
Would you what type of a weapon would you consider a torch? Is that like a club?
I'd consider that a club fire damage.
All right, so I have proficiency in it. Perfect. Forget the stupid spirit stuck. I got a 20 to hit, modified.
That will hit.
All right. That is 7 fire damage with the burning club.
Made to 14.
All right. Bonus unarmed attack, which is considered magical for purposes of damage reduction. 19 to hit.
19 to hit. That doesn't hit.
Jesus. Okay.
This thing's got a thick shell.
So I miss that one, and then I swing with the torch again. Another modified 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. Crap.
AC 19. Got it.
Yeah. That is another 7 damage. Loves rolling 2s
14.
on this thing, I guess. Yeah.
Good hit.
So 28 damage.
You watch
with
as one of the rib cages just melts off, but it's still going.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like beat the crap out of the part that's like attacking Nedra.
You hear the upper torso of the elf man give out a scream of agony. But while the rib so there's the part that is attached to Nedra right now. Mm-hmm. The piece that's missing, another rib cage, which is completely different from another. Like, it's not a elf. You know elf anatomy because you are half elf.
Yeah.
It's not the same anatomy of the rib cage. It's a different person. So man's actual flesh torso, a bigger, bulkier version, a smaller frame one that just got destroyed, and then you can't see the other one because it's on top of Nedra.
Let her go or the beating will continue.
No.
I actually say that in Elven because I speak it.
Alrighty. Okay, doesn't respond to you.
Well, fuck it anyway.
We are back up the list to the creature's turn.
I'm on the other side of a door, man.
It points over to where you guys were. It opens its mouth and exhumes a large mound of that. So who again was it of you guys that saw that fog with the veins coming out? With the veins in it.
That was Wake,
I think I was the only one that saw the.
All right, so you would only know what this is because you've seen it before.
And I'm probably not in a good position to see it, or am I?
Unfortunately, yeah, you can't see that. So if
Well, you said this thing goes up to my knee, right?
yeah.
So I might be able to, if I'm paying
Well, no,
attention.
because the upper half is leered
okay.
up.
Never mind
so,
then.
Yeah, you're only seeing the back end of it. You guys watch as a dark cloud expels from this man's throat, and it looks like it has pumping, moving veins as it lurches towards you. All of you roll Constitution.
Constitution save?
Yep.
Or just... Okay.
And remember, you still have that +2, which would give you a +1 from Grammy.
Yeah. 18.
22.
All right, and now for red. Okay, well, everyone's taking half damage from this. Red's taking full. All right, everyone, as this air fills your lungs and you kind of cut your lungs off away from it, you almost, what feels like there's something moving in your chest when you breathe the stuff in. So you had the foresight to think, okay, no, we should stop right now.
Breathing this is bad.
Breathing this in is bad. Unfortunately, Red gets a huge waft of it.
Red
So
was
you
unfortunately out of
guys,
breath when it started coming.
yep, you guys are taking, wow, minimal damage. You guys are taking 4 necrotic damage. Red is taking 6. And Red's skin tone turns a lot paler.
Oh no. Red becomes the thing she hates the most!
Now, that was its first attack. Second attack. I still have a prize, chomp. It does not break through Nedra's plate.
Clink!
The second half kind of like Okay, so it's going to, and you're going to get an attack of opportunity for doing this, by the way.
Yay!
So hold on, let me just move him first. So yeah, you're right there. So,
it starts crawling towards us.
All right, so it crawls away.
you roll an attack of opportunity.
Get back here, you asshole!
Oh yeah, that's certainly going to hit. That's like a 26.
26.
Christ, I keep rolling 2s on this thing, so that's another 7, 14 fire damage.
14 fire damage. All right. So that's
Clunk.
another 14. You watch as another piece, like the bigger rib cage, now starts to like ebb away a little bit, but it's still there.
Ignore me.
It goes right in front of Eloy. More. Goes for a hug.
Nope. Bad touch. Bad touch. No hug. No hug.
Roll athletics.
So wait, does this count as an attack roll on its part?
It's going to grapple you.
Oh, then you can roll either athletics or acrobatics if you
yeah.
wanted to slip out of it.
12.
Lurch. It's got you and pins you down on the floor and starts munching away.
This is the worst.
Oh, you know what?
And you feel as this thing opens its mouth, takes out its clawed hands, and starts going for your chest and starts trying to rip it open. I'm gonna roll that damage. All right, so that's 4, 5, 6. That's 12 points of damage.
Jeez. Woo.
And you are now prone and restrained.
And you're still concentrating on a spell, right?
Yeah, so I
You have
gotta
to-
roll a con save to try and not lose concentration on it. No, I'm good.
I still got this!
Don't worry, Nedra. I still got. Oh my God, my innards.
Roll me another con save real quick.
15.
As you feel this thing bite into your chest, you almost feel as something was trying to also go inside of you as well. Like it was trying to put venom inside of you.
Nope, that's an out hole. You just made it in me, but it's an out hole.
You pretty much just grab, like you use the flat end of your palm to push the fang up enough so that the poison doesn't go into the wound. All right, and now it is Nedra's turn. She's gonna try and get out.
Break free, girl. You can do it!
Match, she does not.
Keep trying. You got this. I believe in you. I don't have inspiration to give you, but I believe in you.
I believe in you. Thanks. That's her turn. We're up to Grant now.
All right. Well, I don't want to set off an explosion with Eloy right there, so I go in with my rapier. 22.
22. That hits.
All right. And it's a D8.
D8 plus Dex.
Where are you? There you are.
Wow, Rapier's D8 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I picked it up. Ooh, and max damage.
Nice.
11.
11.
If only it was a burning rapier.
You watch as the other rib cage disappears, and a little chunk of what's holding Nedra captive is belted away.
So like one more partition of it, or
No. The partition's still there with the
Oh,
with the,
okay, I
with
getcha,
the shell, but you're seeing is that underneath it the rib cages are going away. The two that were in between Nedra and where Eloy is captured, they're gone. But the other two are still there. But the one that's melting away is the one that's on top of Nedra right now.
gotcha.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
I feel like I'm kind of cornered here. That, and I feel like putting distance between me would only make problems worse, considering there would be a wall between us. So, no, I'm good for now.
I'll just hang out.
Okay, Ben, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna try and slip and slide my way out of this boy. Let's see, that would be a 15.
You make it.
Woo!
You push him off.
I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. Nedra, how are you? 7 hit points better.
If I could quantify your health, I'd give you 7 more of it.
All right.
Yeah, she probably still needs this more than I do, although, boy, that was a chunk.
Is that it?
I'm doing okay as far as health or anything.
Yeah.
You are, remember, you're not restrained anymore, but you are still prone.
Do I have, can I use my move action to stand up? then,
Yes.
at least?
Half of your movement is used standing, I believe.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's not like
15
there's...
feet of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there
actually,
really isn't much space to do stuff in here, so.
yeah, I mean, I could step away from this horrible monstrosity a little at least.
Attack of opportunity on his turn, though.
Yeah, you'd have to use disengage as an action for that first.
And I used my action to get out of the grapple, so nope, I guess that's that.
All right. We are now up to Red.
Light this motherfucker.
She goes to, she goes to grab this thing like by the shoulders and just go, no, and just light this motherfucker on fire. Touch. Ah, it fails.
Oh, no.
Oh, she doesn't touch it?
No, she got it.
Oh, okay.
It fails the save on it.
It fails to save on the touch.
Okay.
And let's roll that damage from Red. She's all about fire. That's what this girl knows.
Yep.
One of the reasons we brought her for this specific adventure.
All right, so that's 10, 13, that's 13 points of fire damage.
So that's 23.
That's 23.
Or 26, I'm sorry.
26.
Oh, 26, yeah, you're right, sorry.
We're doing times 2.
26. The other rib cage completely releases Nedra as it melts away. She is not restrained, but she is prone. You should still keep that there though, because it's not.
It's not taking away from the monster.
It's not taking-
Gotcha,
Eating
gotcha,
away at
gotcha.
its bottom half.
It's eating away at the innards. It's not eating away from the shell. All right. We are now up to. She's not gonna move away. She's gonna keep at this. We are now up to Nedra. Stands up. Okay. Is it my turn now?
Nedra, smash!
Ah! 2 attacks on this boy
3.
with a nat 20.
Holy shit.
Now that first one's hitting.
Yeah, that first one's hitting.
Don't forget about her bonus unarmed attack.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things about being a monk.
And where's that 12? Here's the 12. Here's the other 12.
I think she might only get that when she's unarmored, though.
Nope.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nah.
It's just martial arts. Has nothing to do with armor or not. She
Yeah.
just doesn't get the bonus to the AC. But then again, her dex is bad, so it wouldn't help her anyway.
Okay, so you watch as Red is holding this creature, like, by its, like, weird fucking bug arms, grabs it from the waist, and starts lighting it on fire. It rears back, trying to scream and get out, and then it watches as a club goes down straight on its noggin, face first, and you hear a satisfying crack as it lurches back, goes completely 90 degrees.
Trying to adjust the map so it's more
Oh.
square on there.
Goes completely 90 degrees, tries to let out a scream of agony, and all that's left is the shell as the inside of where the person was disappears. Combat finished.
That thing was horrible.
Well, I still got some duration on this aura of vitality, so let's see how much healing I can give Nedra here.
All right, I go and jimmy my spear loose. I was going to try to keep track of, like, I can move within 20 feet here or else I'm strapped by the rope.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jimmy my spear loose and just go check on Nedra.
It's 13.
Nedra's red skin is a little paler than usual. And red skin is a lot paler.
I heal Nedra for 25. What's that put her at?
Close to full.
Okay, let me give her, because Aura of Vitality is a 3rd level spell. It does lots of healing. I'll give her another 9.
She is at full.
Okay, good. Now I can start healing myself.
Yeah, just
Yeah, this is one of those fill the whole party up after a battle spells.
After she's healed up, does she still look super pale?
Yep. The both of them do.
Hey, like I look over at Red. Hey, you feeling all right? Because
Did we bring any of those remove curse spells with us?
I hold up 4 of them. They're the 4 I have remaining.
She grabs the 2 pieces of paper from you.
is it wise to do that now, or just in case like shit happens later? Would it be better to remove like all at once?
It's not going to remove one from everyone.
No, I mean like if you get infected again.
I will most likely turn.
So
That will only advance the spell. That would only advance the
never mind
curse.
All right, I use one on Nedra then.
Yep, you start reading it off as her skin, like you watch as her skin turns a lot brighter, and she like feels like a loogie in the back of her throat. She throws it up, and it's black ichor.
All right, so
Red starts doing it the same, and like as she's halfway through the parchment, her skin pigment returns. She throws it up as well.
Sure, I'm glad I grabbed a bunch of these.
yeah, they've come in handy. Good thinking, Wake.
Is anybody else injured? Wake, how you doing?
I'm fine.
I am also okay.
I hold up the scrolls of healing word that you gave me.
These things kind of brought me back.
Cool, then I'm up to full as well.
Ezra, you feel a hand touch your shoulder from behind. It's a big hand. It's a hand that almost looks like, if given the chance, it could have grabbed the back of your head.
Going to assume by you just touching me that you are not an enemy, but please announce yourself before you put your hand on my shoulder.
Red turns around with the fire at the ready as 2 small dragons kind of like peer out and also open their mouth agape as if to throw flame at her. You turn around and notice that there is a green-skinned, rather dapper orc kind of like holding his hand but then reaches back. And there's a small child in a red overcoat that looks checkered white and red with 2 small dragons sitting on his shoulders ready to shoot flame at you.
Hello? Salutations.
What's going on out there?
I say as I'm trying to scrounge through this monster for bits and pieces.
Oh, we've got company.
Oh, survival check of 19, by the way.
Survival check 19.
Yeah, on this monster.
Well,
Getting it for parts.
before I get to that,
Yeah, no problem. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is
Just keep that in the back of the mind.
yeah. One quick second. Standing behind, you turn around and there. Let me get 2 things here.
Oh, we can just use 2 of this thing.
Well, you could use 1, but then this one's for the big guy.
Ah, okay.
Oh boy.
That is a big boy.
Yeah, you turn around and the large gentleman who grabbed your shoulder, you actually saw like he had sausage finger digits on your shoulder. He like lurches his hand back. I beg your pardon. Like you're looking at, you know how like orcs in Warhammer look, right?
Yeah.
Big jawed, fucking teeth coming out of their jawlines like this, hanging upwards. Dude looks like a face only a mother would love.
All right.
But this guy's got a monocle on, his hair is combed back, the rest of the side of his head is shaven. He's got earrings on the side of his ear. He's wearing an ascot and a butler's outfit, kind of like, oh, I beg your pardon, sir.
Pardon granted, sir. It's just we've had a bit of a stressful day, and everything that seems to have come in contact with us has meant us ill harm. So,
Well,
I
that's
appreciate
why
your manners.
the child kind of like the child. He look what you're looking at is right now. Let me at least describe what these 2 look like.
Sure.
All right, we got a good description of the orc.
Yep, you got a good description of the orc as out of the shadows is what looks like a teenager, like a teenage boy, half elf. Adolescent with tanned skin, straight, short cut hair, his at an eye length, kind of like a bowl cut, almost think Gohan.
Okay.
Wears a red and white checkered patterned full body cloak with an emblem of a dragon breathing fire that aims to the sky. He is accompanied by a pair of pseudo-dragons, roughly around the size of ferrets, both dark red in coloration. From under his jawline, going all the way like down into his cloak, he's got very skin-tight bandage cloth going from under his chin, going all the way down. And if you look closely at where his chin is, it almost looks like there's scars of burn marks. I beg your pardon. It's just that we were not certain that you were friend or foe, especially if we saw another ship. We feared that more would just become like that. So we assumed on ourselves to come down here and investigate.
Okay, well, hi, my name is Captain Ezra Lockwood of the Lockwood Natural Wonders. I extend my hand for a friendly handshake to either of them.
The big guy kind of like stands in front of you. I should describe him real quick.
I know he's got a big jaw. And wears a monocle.
And he's dressed dapper.
Yep. 10-foot tall brick house green-skinned orc in red and white stereotypical butler attire. This man is posh as prim as all possible get out. Combed black hair, closed eyes, unwavering emotionless expression. Ascot to the brim. This man looks like an orc peacock. Kind of just like adjusts his clothes, fixes his monocle. Beg your pardon, sir. I just simply wish to see that you don't mean harm to our friend here.
Absolutely not.
Very well. Master Ashdrake, would you be so kind as to introduce us? Oh, yes. Thank you, mate. Well, my name is Rock Ashdrake, and you just hear Red go, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
That's so loud.
She turns around and looks at the child who addressed himself as Rock Ashdrake, and she's just like, huh. She's actually very inquisitive about this. What once looked like she was very unhappy at that name, she then turns the corner and notices, and then is taken aback, almost like a pleasant surprise, like, oh, excellent. Well, he turns to you, he takes your hand and extends it. His hand is wrapped in, it looks like he's wearing padded gloves, because it look like, like a falconer's glove.
Yeah.
For obviously handling the two little pseudo-dragons he's got on his back, on his shoulder. Reaches out, grabs it, and then it's wrapped bandages up to where the cloak has a sleeve.
Okay, so he is wrapped up something fierce under these garments.
Well, he's also wearing a padded cloak,
yeah.
So this kid's ready for fire. Yes, where are my manners? My name is Rock Ashdrake. I am here on the representation of my two brothers, also at Ashdrakes. We are, I guess a better way to put it, we would be paranormal investigators.
Oh.
But there's three of you?
Well, there actually is
paranormal,
more, but there's...
It's a different thing.
My two I get it. He just looks at you like he looks tired. This kid looks like he's been up since like 5 a.m. this day. Kind of like what you guys did.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably tired like we are.
We slept though.
Yeah, you guys slept. This kid looks like he hasn't slept in like weeks, but he like kind of gives like he looks at you. I get that. He gives a little bit of a chuckle. The two pseudo dragons like now notice that like after hearing that laugh, they kind of like return at ease, then look to each other and start like play fighting on top of his head.
It's kind of adorable what you've got going on up there.
Oh yes, well. I figured I'd be as my family name, and I thought that it would be nice to have companions who also know how to douse flame.
No, seems like a smart idea, especially if what you're investigating is what we just dealt with in there. There was a strange millipede human ribcage having monster that really didn't like fire.
Tell me, what do you know of something called the Bottled Lightning Project?
I'm gonna real quick just try and sneak a look at Red.
Roll an insight check.
Not great. 5. Do I notice anything from Red?
You just see the side of her hair. You don't see her face.
Okay, great. I've heard of it, though very little.
Eloy, you turn and look to the side. There's Red just like, motherfucker.
But very little. Only in passing from other people. Never really got any sort of information on what it is.
Pardon me, my good man, as Might, apparently. I should also introduce myself. I am Might, butler to the Ashdrake family.
Certainly we're mighty.
If
so
you
makes
don't
sense.
mind me, he puts his entire palm over your head. You, like, all of a sudden you see, like, a flashbang. Everyone notices that it's, like, almost a flashlight beamed at his face.
What's going on out there?
You can climb back out.
Oh no, I'm carving through this thing. I'm just like,
This man is clean. Oh, I apologize. My companion is very forthcoming and very brazen when it comes
He's
to
also
possible
big.
curses. We are here investigating the likelihood of vampire activity. We've heard tale that someone around here, a very sinister looking doctor with a flesh golem has been lurking around these parts, and we were just uncertain. With a ship on the other side of the archipelago, we were uncertain if you were with them or just exploring.
No, we actually happened here on accident. We were chasing a strange dark fog that seemed to bring torpedo snails with it.
Both of them just stop and look at each other. Please do go on.
They infested our ship, but fortunately we were able to get, as far as we could tell, all of them off, but we wanted to chase the source to try and put a stop to it so that it wouldn't harm other sailors, and we crashed here. We were actually investigating the ship to see if we could find any wood in order to repair our ship, and stumbled upon more of those torpedo bastards, and then this thing, I kind of like nudge towards the door.
He looks inside and notices the giant creature that Wake is carving. Notices Nedra, like pulls out a grimoire and opens it and holds his hand out as if ready to fire a bolt.
Don't worry, Nedra's one of us. She's a friend.
Let me roll insight for Rock to see if he gets what you're going at.
Believes me.
Yeah. No, he reads you. He backs down. Then the merfolk is with you as well?
Yeah, that's Wake.
God, this thing's made of a lot of bone.
So pretty much you turn around, you notice there's a small half-elf child that looks like Mo Howard wrapped in bandages kind of looking at you.
I like your pets.
I wave.
Oh, well, thank you. Hold on, I'm sorry.
Do they have names?
No, they only recently just hatched. I haven't given them names just yet. I wanted to see if they were tame.
Adorable.
She looks, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get this guy's quick.
It's all good.
Here we go. Fritz and Gabriel told me that I should at least see if they work well with people before I give them any sort of naming.
Are those your brothers, I assume?
Yes, those are my brothers. I'm surprised you've never heard of them. They're quite famous. Roll history.
17.
Nat 20. Apparently Wake knows everything about these undead hunters.
Dude,
Those con artists!
when you hear the word
People named Fritz and Gabriel don't exist.
no,
One.
Those aren't real names.
Well, my name's Fancy McSwirly Face. I can make up names too. No, hi, I'm Eloy. They call me the Ghost Spooker. Guys, I decided my bard name's gonna be the Ghost Spooker.
I like it.
All right, so with my Nat 20, somehow I've heard everything about these guys. Or
shut the fuck up. The Ashdrakes? You've heard legends of these guys. These are fucking ace, and I mean ace family vampire hunters.
Wow, those guys, I've heard stories about them. I hear they fought the undead, but they're real? That means, oh my God, the undead are real. No!
I'm afraid so, sir. You've slayed one.
What?
So you're talking like you look at this kid's emblem and you're just like a kid looking at a superhero, like looking at the fucking S symbol on a chest of a fucking leotard. That is Superman to you right now.
There was a book back in the village that I was in, and they told all about them. It was really cool. I thought it was fake, but they're real?
You've heard stories about them as well. There is like there is a very famous sect of vampire hunters. They're pretty much fucking superheroes. They're superheroes for the undead when it comes to shit like this.
Oh, those ash drakes. Got it. Okay, yes, no. Oh, wow. I kind of like nod my head. It's an honor to meet one of you.
Like he kind of like you watch Rock kind of fidget. He's like, oh, thank you. Well, being my age, you can tell I'm the earliest edition.
I was gonna say, boy of your age already among the fabled ash drakes. That's impressive.
Oh, well, thank you. I am fairly new to this, but my brothers have trained me well, and between you and me, Gabriel's teachings are rather strict, but at least they prepped me for the field.
Oh yeah, the dangers you're sure to face.
I'm a teacher myself, Mr. Ashdrake, sir.
Aw.
This is my student. Her name is Nedra. Say hi, Nedra.
Hi! She flashes her teeth, fangs, and everything. Like, Rock kind of, like, lurches back, and then you watch as this giant, jolly green giant orc in a butler outfit kind of, like, lurch in, like, what's the matter, Mr. Ashdrake?
Oh my god, it's might!
Butler to the ash drakes!
Ah, I see you've heard of me, good gent.
Yes. Wow, you're...
Lurches his hand out. It's bigger than your chest.
Step over the creature. I shake my hand. Wow.
Roll a strength check.
I'll try and squeeze your hand as strong men do when they first meet.
Just a strength check, that would be a 10.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Red's just sitting here just like, oh my fucking god.
Red, do you know who these are?
Yes, Wake, I know who the ash drakes are.
This is also our crewmate Red. She is trying to not tell exactly what she does.
She does fire real good.
Yeah, she's basically our fire support, which really came in handy down here.
Oh, then you are a sorceress, Miss Red. Yes, child, thank you. I'm here investigating this ship as well. She kind of like looks left and right and then looks to Might and kind of just like asks him and looks over. You're his caretaker, are you not? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. Do you mind if I ask you a question in private real quick? She kind of like ushers Might to come over to the side, but he's not moving, so she's just like, all right, I understand you wish to be in the vicinity of your master, so let me at least mutter this to you. Might leans down, and she whispers something into his ear.
Perception, I want to see if I can hear it.
That would be, yeah, that's a perception.
17.
17.
I obviously don't visibly go like I'm trying to lean in, but hey, I've got elf ears, and I'm used to trading secrets with shady people. I feel like I get pretty good at catching mumbles and whispers.
So I'm going to mutter this into your ear.
Okay.
Wake's just looking at his hand.
Oh my god, I shook his hand.
You hear Red ask this to him. And his response is, well, friend. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Both of them nod in agreement to each other, and Red feels way more at ease. She's just like, okay, I understand. Thank you.
I don't say anything, but I just look kind of confused.
So, Might looks to Red, but gives her like a sagely nod, but then doesn't like continue on with what they just asked. So to you, this all seems fucking crazy. It's just like, did Red just get like weirdly depressed out of nowhere?
Yeah, like all of a sudden got some life advice from this gent, but all right.
Yeah, a weird time for her to just ask something like that to him.
Yeah.
So with that, she kind of just like steps to the side. Well, young Rock, I know who your brothers are. My order and my family have spoken about them. Oh, you're of the Volition then? Yes, I am. I understand, so I won't ask any further. I'm not sure if your companions, he looks to the rest of you, and Nedra. I don't understand. I don't quite know if they seem to be aware of the situation at hand. Red looks to Wake. No, they do not.
Oh my God, it's them. They're real.
Yes, sir. Just like the undead you slain. Jolly good work.
Thank you, Mr. Might.
Gives you a pat on the back.
We might not grasp the full scope of the situation, but all I understand is that these torpedo snails are real bad news. Something's going around and leaving them somewhere, and the trail led here, and they're bad news for sailors.
Yes, we're currently. I apologize. I'm trying to get to this. There's another friend of ours who's been traveling around with us. We are uncertain where she had gone off to. Have you seen a woman garbed in a light blue cloak? Tries to tend to the shade.
I can't say that I have.
No.
Unless you travel with a seagull also.
A seagull?
It's a lady bird. She's on our ship.
No, never heard of such a. I've seen those creatures before. I've never heard of one flying around for who we're looking for.
All right, well, not her then.
And unfortunately, Josephine is not here. I would have figured she would be, considering this is part of our investigation of the Bottled Lightning project. But in any case, please tell us all that you know that's happened so far.
Well, I did hear some. Back when I was up top, I did hear two footsteps, or the footsteps of two people on the inside earlier. I don't know if maybe she was traveling with somebody or found somebody.
Mike kind of just gives a little bite of his lip. Oh dear, that's rather discerning. Yes, we see. We're looking for someone who's part of a vampire coven called the Lamprey Dogma. There's a whole family of them, and there's a whole family of them. They're under the employ of the Onrush, trying to gain power within it. We heard news that there was a researcher of the Bottled Lightning project, a Mr. Gustav Mergen. We heard news that he might be here experimenting on lost children from the Rumbloods.
Well,
I point at the millipede. Well, I mean, if experiments are anything, this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll your survival check real quick.
Yeah, I can't remember what I rolled before.
it was
I want
something
to say it was a
teen.
19.
Yeah, something around there. But I'll take this 25 instead. I think that's better.
25,
Sure.
yeah. You actually find what's left of a skull of a elf. So you pretty much found the skull of an elf, but inside of it is a little bit of gray matter that's still inside.
Ew, brain juice.
Nope. Bad.
Ash, so you have that in your hand this whole time.
Oh, sorry.
No, Rock kind of holds his hand out. No, please. Would you mind if I took a look at that?
Oh, sure.
Does it have fangs on it and stuff?
Yep.
Ah, yeah. Them fangers.
Please don't touch them.
I was just tapping it with a knife.
It is possible the curse can still live inside the structure of a creature.
Ugh.
He looks inside at the juices inside, all the fucking gray matter. He pulls out a symbol. It's not Ludarius. It's not actually anything you've ever seen before. It looks like a horned skull. It looks like a horned skull with what looks like a crossbone of scythes on the side of it. He places it inside the gray matter and begins to mutter a prayer to himself, lays it down on the floor, looks to his little pseudo-dragons, and they both open their jaws and ignite the skull on fire. As it turns into ash, you watch as an ethereal face escapes from the skull and rises up into the ceiling and disappears. He takes the ash and puts it in a little vial and puts it in his pouch.
Wow, that was something.
Yes, my family is My family has a lot of ties to Vekker and Usha. We normally wish to celebrate the dead and make sure they return to their afterlife in peace.
You would probably get along with our friend Riss. We'll introduce you to him later.
Wake is just geeking out.
I can't believe I got to be here for one of them. Oh, God.
If you don't, well, if that's the case, we'd like to further our investigation. If you don't mind, maybe combining our forces would do much more good.
Yes, that'd be great.
As captain, I agree.
Jolly good! He slaps you on the back, you fall face first on the floor.
Whew. I'll eventually get used to that.
So, I guess you guys are gonna head on out, and Red looks over at Might. I mean, not Red, Nedra looks at Might. Ma'am, can I help you? You punch good. I want to punch you next.
Nedra is very competitive and also quite strong. And whenever she sees someone who she believes to be of strong stature and build, she would love the thrill of a challenge with you. Of course, obviously, I'm sure you're a busy man. You don't
Oh,
need to...
bully! He like takes his glove off and slaps her across the face. A duel then, ma'am. Later. Red's just like, yeah!
My student is going to fight Might.
Is your whole name Might, or is that like a first or a last name?
Yes. Well, my last name is rather uncouth, as it were. So I'd rather, as much as I know of my appearance and what I am, my last name is rather childish, if we say.
All right.
Okay, just curious.
I'd much rather prefer if you called me Might, sir. Either Might Ashdrake would work as well.
Oh, that's just fine. I just didn't know if your name was only part Might or all Might.
Get out of this fucking game, Ben!
Knew we'd work our way there eventually.
I saw it coming.
I know, I
was
saw
waiting.
it coming too, but I had to just go with it.
Because
So-
I am here.
All right, so they're gonna go ahead and walk up the front with you guys. Red, you can clear. Like, who wants to roll a perception check real quick?
11.
16.
Oh, wait, sorry, that's 9, so 14.
Wake is way too focused on the fact that he's focused on his heroes because he got a nat 1.
Alrighty, so no, you.
He doesn't know what's real anymore.
You, Nedra, Might, and Rock are both at the front. You're just trying to You're just trying to explain to Nedra like why this is so fucking cool. Apart from the fact that, you know, she just got a duel a bona fide duel. She's just like, I don't know what just happened, but why can't I hit you just yet?
I thought it was all just a fairy tale. Like, I didn't think they were real.
Am I
It just
fighting
seemed-
ghosts?
It was so cool.
I think we gotta punch more vampires first.
Okay. So, you two see Red's very pensive about this.
Yeah. I kind of go over to Red. Hey, I saw you kind of give some sort of coded message or something, I assumed to Might, and all of a sudden you seemed like you calmed down a little bit.
Grabs you by your shirt. You heard that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just needed to make sure you were, it was for your benefit. I didn't want to, I'm not going to say anything to anyone.
It's not for my benefit. If you heard that and don't know what it entails, best you keep it that way. If you say it to the wrong person, you're dead.
I'm not going to say it to anyone. I was making sure you weren't going to get hurt with what you said.
No, he gave the code phrase. He knows who my order is.
Okay. So why do you seem still kind of concerned? Figured this was a...
I don't want the Ashdrakes involved in my affairs.
Are you both like on a race to figure out what's going on or something?
No, it's not that. It's just... This child seems fairly on the level. He is new to this. I can see it in his eyes. But his brothers, on the other hand, they're the most vain, egotistical people I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, but I mean, sure, they might be pains in the ass, but I'm assuming we're all kind of going for the same goal here.
They do it for fame and glory. My order is above that. And for them to steal the spotlight and take my mother's work, to just sully it, to claim it as their own,
Okay.
I will never forgive his brothers for what they have done and who they are and what they have done to gain this power.
Okay, so there's some bad blood here. Got it.
Ma wakes up at the front, and it was so cool. There was this one time they were fighting a coven of vampires. And Mike, you did the thing where you punched through the wall and the sun came in.
Oh, yes, I flicked my pinky out and shoved its head right clean off its shoulders.
It was so cool.
Let's just say it's not the child who I'm angry with, it's his two brothers.
Right, and also, let me throw this out here. Red, I appreciate everything. You've been a huge help, but we're also dealing with huge supernatural forces, and while you might have a grudge with their family, if they can help us keep the seas safe, I feel like that's one of those give and take scenarios.
At this point, I agree with you. There's no harm in working with the child or his big friend. They are of no danger. They have no ill will with me or my family or my order.
Okay.
But just know that my order doesn't look very proudly on the Ash Drakes, even though the world does.
And I can respect that and understand that. It's like I said, it's just we're dealing with a threat bigger than both individual parties here.
If our goals are aligned, then I will work with them.
Okay.
But once this is over, if the child or either of his brothers come here and they revert to their glory-hogging ways, I will wish we leave immediately.
That's fine.
And nothing of my order or the Bottled Lightning Project, as much as the child will know from here on out, is to be told to them. Are we clear of this?
I'll do my best to not let anything come from us to them, but any information they glean from here, we can't really stop them from having.
Of course not. We can't. They're obviously here on a mission.
Okay.
And to be fair, the orc was a little too at ease with name dropping. I didn't know that there was a Gustav Morgan at any point of this.
Well, see, you're already learning more from teaming up with them. Just trying to look for the positives here and to not get another group on our bad side.
Just don't speak to him of the Mantaruva.
Sure.
That's all I ask of you. Leave my journal and the Mantaruva to us alone.
That's fine. I can absolutely
Eloy, you're in
agree
on
with
this
that.
too. She looks to you.
Yeah, sure. Honestly, I'd kind of forgotten the name of that ship until we was talking about it just now.
There you go.
He'll be fine.
If anything, your loose lips might sink this ship by reminding him.
Do you even know what a Mantaruva is?
That's one of those things that's underneath the ocean that got like big bat wings, right?
He'll be fine. And that's where we'll end the session.
Can't wait to see how Wake fucks this up next time on TFS at the Table.
Yeah, he wasn't there for the agreement of.
No, he
talk about
was
Wake.
He was
not.
not.
And these guys are his goddamn hero for some reason, thanks to that nat 20. Oh boy, does he want to impress them with his battles with a vampire.
Well, there was this one boat, the Manta something.
I don't remember. I don't really
And they're
remember.
here, and just red football tackles him off screen like Terry Tate.
No!
Sorry, it's a real embarrassing story for Red. We don't like to tell it.
And it's at this time that I actually remember that I was working on so many other things today that I forgot to compile fan art.
Oh, no!
Oh no!
I feel like shit now, so I'll have to do like a double one next time, which will be a very special episode.
Yes.
Because Grant will be out of town. So, Ben, you
Yes.
have something that you've been working on.
I have been prepping the return of Billy Punchy Face.
Holy crap!
Ah!
Goodness.
Anything could happen next week. Even Kieran.
Yep.
Maybe.
Shit! What? No, he's legend though.
But he is just legend.
He is. That's why he gets such bullshit OP stats.
Fuck yeah!
Well, if I am welcome, I will join. I will play whatever goofy character you decide to come up with. Yeah, sorry. So sorry that I do not have the fan art compiled for this week. I just realized it as we were coming to an end. I looked down at my watch. I'm like, it's almost 8 o'clock. God damn it!
Fortunately, we have the Fan Art Friday stuff.
Yeah,
so
we
like,
do
you
have
know,
the fan art
we
Friday, so
still
we
get
do
to
look
point out a
through
bunch
a
of
lot of the
stuff.
fan art anyway. But yeah, I'll make sure to make like the next one longer, just to go over some of the stuff because there's a lot of great art from the Project Omega that I had last week, and there's a lot of great stuff from At the Table. But you know, I look forward to the art from this session. Honestly, like
Yeah,
there's a
this
lot
is
of
so
great
Oh yeah,
stuff that happened
and
here.
the best part is that I started commissioning Jack again, so we're gonna be getting NPC pictures soon.
Cool.
You know, halfway through this session, when I'm realizing, you know, we're fighting a lot of vampires, man, are you glad that I'm not a Sun Soul Fire monk?
Pretty much, yeah.
I would ruin all of your vampire encounters.
Well, I can't say anything. Don't
True,
worry.
true.
I have contingencies.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Like their entire deal is that they throw condensed sunlight.
Part of me was like nervous and sort of excited when Red started going pale. I was like, is she going to unknowingly become a vampire? And this is going to become the conflict of, we have a friend who's a vampire. Do we still hunt vampires?
Again, I have plans. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Great,
All right.
perfect.
I mean, I kind of figured
I just dropped the theme of this chapter,
Yeah.
so don't worry.
No, things are going down. Wake has met his fictional childhood heroes.
It just took his heroes to be real to finally realize what he's been fighting all this time.
It took a nat 20
honestly,
to undo
it's
the nat
it's
1.
one of the things. It's one of those things that I really dig about role playing. It's like the reason he thought undead didn't exist this whole time is because they were part of this fantastical book that he kept getting read as a child, and he's never seen one, so they can't really exist. Things like that can't.
And then his
exist.
fucking heroes show up, and then all of a sudden, no, they're
Oh
real,
my
son.
God, they're real.
And you've been living the hero's dream all this time.
When you met Red, you might as well have been told that she's like, chases after Bigfoot.
Yeah, I know. I thought exactly.
That's awesome.
Oh, I bet you believe in little green men from the sky too.
There's a green kobold sitting right there. What's up?
Hey,
Hey.
what's up, dum dum?
I was about to do. I must go now. My people need me.
Just a great Gazoo-esque
Kobold.
kobold.
Fuck off now. I want to do that somehow.
Hi there, dum dum.
Hello, dum dum.
But thank you so much for joining us here this week, guys. I promise to have extra fan art for you next week, and we'll see you guys next time at the table.